What up, everybody? Welcome to Unfiltered After Dark. I'm your host, Phil Robinson. With me, my man, Raider Rich, Truly Tony, Phil Jones, Cade, and we're all just gonna sit here and kick back real quick till it's time to cut over and hit dirty shit up. What's up, Johnny Ace?
Yo, motherfuckers, what's good?
Don't ever
What's
do
up,
that.
Joe? What's up,
Laugh.
Robinson?
What's up,
What's happening?
Richard?
Tony Bang.
Tony Bang drinking the
Truly
Trulies.
Tony. You heard of Pretty Tony? Well, that's Truly Tony.
Yo, we got
Really, Joe?
motherfucking Killer Cade up in here.
Hey,
What's up, Dave?
what's up,
How
bro?
y'all doing?
Another day, another dollar.
Magnificent.
Hey,
I'm
man, I'm
fucked
doing
up
good.
right now.
Another one like the other one.
Hey, Tony, you got them Trulies rocking tonight, or?
Oh man, I found something that
Raiders love.
so
What's good, Joe? What's good?
What's up, bro?
What's the deal, pickles and everything kosher?
Benji was rocking.
Shit, man.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
your
heard-
partner. Yeah, I was going, man, we can't be having side conversations in the live, bro. You had me tripping. I'm over here looking like, who is this talking? I don't recognize this voice.
Right?
Who?
You.
Me?
Me?
Yes, we picking
I
up
was
your
talking to
side
y'all.
conversation.
I was talking about the people in the comment section, man.
No, man, we listening to what's going on in your background because that's what's taking
Ain't
over.
nothing going on in the background.
So, Phil, I just got to know at this point, how much have you had to drink?
I'm about close to Vegas level.
Is that early morning or late night Vegas level?
When y'all started seeing the head whip back.
Oh, are we doing the wiggle yet?
I'm not doing a wiggle because I'm laying down on something.
I was gonna say, are you vertical?
Hey, bro, it just started like fucking snowing out of like nowhere, bro. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Aren't you at the beach?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It just started snowing out here.
Who goes to the beach when it's snowing?
Hey, bro,
I've
it wasn't
been to a
supposed
beach
to.
where it's snowing, bro.
Hey, Dyrti said the link ain't working, man. Fix that shit for me.
Yeah. I got another one. Hold on. Wait, keep talking.
Another one.
Hey, Tony, where's the serape though, man? Come on, you can't be coming
Hey,
on
don't
without
you judge
the
me,
poncho,
Abe.
man.
What you doing over there, Tony?
Don't you mute this conversation, Tony.
I feel like I had to check in. All you guys are checked in.
Yeah, motherfucker. Come on, check in. Check it in. Shit, that's what I'm talking about.
Going to screw us again and hire McDaniels.
They're not gonna know. Look, I'm gonna say this shit right now. I'm still functional enough to have a conversation right now. So look, I'm gonna say this. Mark Davis is not gonna screw us. They're gonna do this interview the proper way. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I don't think anybody's looking at Josh McDaniels right now. I think that because Ziegler is coming from New England, they want to tie it to McDaniels and try to make it as like he's going to bring him in, make it as some big bang wow, but it's not going to happen. I think McDaniels is going to stay put. I think with some of the things that came out about McDaniels, you kind of found out about the whole cheating scandal when he was with Denver, the whole have his boy filming 49ers warm-ups and all that shit. I mean, come on. For somebody that fucked up like that, you don't want to have him in this league as a head coach. And especially with everything that went down with the Raiders this past year, you don't need any more drama.
You think You think it's more so the fact that it's just something for people to talk about?
I think that's what it is. I think people they don't know what the Raiders are going to do, so they're just speculating. That's going to happen, you know. I think they're just going to speculate like that motherfucker that just stuck his hand in, well, his nub fingers in, and just made salsa. What's up, Dyrti? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm drunk as shit right now.
How you gonna do, how you gonna do? How you gonna chase off Tony Bang like that, bro?
I didn't chase off Truly Tony.
Hey, the motherfucker, y'all talking about the fucking knuckle salsa, and the motherfucker just left.
And nigga said run.
Damn, bro, fucking shit.
There he is.
Can't give this Truly about 5 minutes.
He all dressed up today, nigga. Got on a collar, he buttoned up.
Oh, you know, man, I got a 9 to 5, brother.
Step out and step up.
We was looking for you last week, man. We both had Trulies. We was over here sitting there, man.
Hey, man, I had to whoop COVID's ass. You know what I mean? I came out of it, though. Out of it all right.
Man, I had that, dude. My lungs still haven't repaired.
Glad to see you in good health and good spirits now, brother.
Right.
Yeah, man. Because that was, you know, the biggest thing about that, man. If nobody has expressed it that's had it before, it's the anxiety that shit brings on. Because
that's real,
you know,
man.
the you know, this mass hysteria that they put on you through, you know, all this information and, you know, other people's experiences, you know, you get to feeling, you know, a bit of discomfort, and you start to that should have had you, you know, that should have played tricks on your mind for a minute, you know, to where you like.
That's right, man. You right. I just need to know what the fuck you eating, Dyrti.
So
Tostitos.
Hey, just don't have that dry ass salsa.
Hey, y'all doing salsa check?
That vegetarian salsa.
Say so.
You know what I mean? Oh, he got the big jar case because he knew.
Hey, I fucks with that.
The question is it hot?
Hey, no knuckles grinding my shit, nigga.
I missed it. Ah, you should. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. No.
I come to find out that's a tradition on here.
That's right.
So let's hop into a little bit of the Raiders chat real quick, and so I'll pose a question that was asked to me to all of you, and that question is this Raiders job opening as attractive as we're being led to believe that it is? There's some things about this roster that stick out in a good way, some things that stick out in a bad way. They're not necessarily laced up with a bunch of extra picks, and you got an okay amount of cap space, not a whole lot. But the plus side is that you've got a team that made the playoffs this past season, and so there's not a whole there's not a whole lot more that they need in order to be successful. They now just need to focus, now that they've got there, on repeating that success and then looking to get over the hump. And so with that being said, you look at the Giants job opening, ton of cap space, whole bunch of first round draft picks. Is that a bit more attractive job opening than the Raiders?
Well, only one person can get the job, right?
What's that?
I said I'll start with you, Rich.
I for first time head coach, I believe so, because you know, they're gonna move on from some of them draft picks for next year and be able to load up for, you know, all those great quarterbacks coming out next year. I think they have not only that, but they have the salary cap. You know, the Giants would have 2 first rounders in the top 7 to 10. I mean, that's an attractive job. I mean, you can trade out of one and in one of those draft picks and start loading up for next year when, you know, these better quarterbacks are coming out. And their salary cap is what, like $67 million. So I mean, they're ready. They're going to sign anybody and everybody, you know. So it's a little more attractive. However, I'm gonna say this job here, it's mighty attractive by the way the Raiders went into the playoffs. We didn't have stellar play by the quarterback. It was more of a team win. You mean like you really see the whole team rally. Defense rallied, running game stepped up, offensive line stepped up. I'm really proud of this team the way it did it. But yeah, if you're looking at brass tacks, the amount of resources in New York, there's a lot more resources in New York. But there's a playoff team here.
What do you think, Dyrti?
So I think the job is very attractive for the simple fact it's located in Las Vegas. You got low property tax. You could buy you a nice home for a little bit of nothing. You got a playoff contention team. Yeah, they may not have won their first game, but they're still a playoff contending team because they were in the playoffs. You do have a solid quarterback that just needs a little bit of, I don't know what you would call it, but you have a solid quarterback, regardless of what people feel about him. You do have a solid quarterback that can get the job done, and he's proven it time after time. But is it the most appealing job? Probably not. You know what I mean? Because it is Las Vegas once again. You know what I mean? So it's two sides of the coin for its attractiveness. If you're an older coach that doesn't really need the limelight and you're ready to call it quits after this, like retirement, Vegas might be a great place for you. You know what I mean? Like it's becoming the new retirement place, like Florida. So, beautiful golf courses, buffets everywhere, you know what I mean? And most old people like to gamble. And if they don't like to gamble, they at least like to sit at the machine and conversate with people because they're bored as fuck at home. Right? So, I mean, you got some attractiveness in this franchise. It's just, what is the coach looking for? That's going to be the main question. What is the coach looking for?
What do you think, Tony?
I'm gonna put a twist on it like this, on a kind of metaphorical kind of thing. It's like the Raider job to me is a cute girl that just needs a little bit of work. Like if she lost about a few pounds here, a few pounds there, she'd be a bad one. And there's certain coaches that I feel like for a lot of reasons, Dyrti was saying on the financial side, it's very appealing with the tax structure and how that is, and also having certain pieces in place that you can build upon, that's why I kind of compared it to a cute girl that just needs to lose a little weight, and then she's going to be ready. She can compete with the best of them. The New York job, I think, is risky because it, from just off the top of my head point of view, that if you don't succeed at that job in New York, that kind of market, you don't really see too many coaches bounce back after that. You don't too much see them, all right, taking the job somewhere else, and as a head coach, see, they always end up back in the coordinator role or something like that, maybe, or some kind of consultant. But it seems like it's boom or bust if you're coaching in that market. I think that where the areas that seem to be our downfalls and our challenges, I think that a coach that's competitive, which that's what
Did he freeze?
This motherfucker turned to Squidward. You auditioning for Frozen?
they're
middle.
Yeah,
Hey,
no did.
you gotta cut it. You gotta cut it with that Jamaican Wi-Fi, brother.
Man.
Oh man, you know what? You would think San
Walk your ass
Francisco.
over there to Communications Hill where they got the good Wi-Fi.
Hey, you gonna have to go sit on your roof.
Hey, hey, hey,
Waving the
hey.
antenna.
This
Got the
Wi-Fi is
tinfoil
brought.
on the hanger.
This
Nah,
Wi-Fi is brought to
what
you
you gotta
by
do is go find your
Xfinity or whatever.
Wi-Fi box. You know what I mean? Take
And
one of
sit
them cans
next
of
to it.
Truly. Take one of them cans of Truly. Cut it open and put it on the box.
Right.
Put it on the box.
Fuck that. Pour the Truly on the motherfucker. Get that whole thing wet up. You know
And
what I
hold
mean?
it.
Truly, baby. Truly.
Truly.
Put some foil around on the
Yep,
antennas.
exactly.
I don't know where I stopped at, but that's basically my look on the difference between those two those two jobs. And so, of course, I'm just gonna be biased just because I want to and just say the Raiders is a more attractive job.
Cade, you're up.
What up? Yeah, I think the Raider job's attractive, but I mean, there's for a GM standpoint, I mean, there's some obstacles you got to figure out, like what you're doing with your quarterback situation. A couple bad contracts that are on the
It's a
books,
really bad
like
contract.
Littleton and well, I can't say his last name, but the middle
The
linebacker,
Dyrti,
yeah, him. You just got to kind of figure some of those things out. But I mean, I think as far as the head coach goes, I think it would be an attractive job depending on who you bring in as the GM because, those two kind of go hand in hand. Well, okay, I'm going to be coaching this team, but how are you going to be running this team? What type of talent are you going to get me? What are you going to do in the draft? Are you going to, just everything kind of goes hand in hand. So I think it really just starts off with like what the Raiders are going to do at GM, and then that's going to kind of like the rest is going to fall into place on, how attractive it is for a head coach. But I think in terms of like the young talent we have and certain things like that, the salary cap, I think for a GM, I could say attractive. And then depending on who the GM is, that'll determine how attractive it is to a head coach. I think it just kind of falls into place. So,
Hey man, you in the band or something?
Man, he out there doing all types of stuff. Wi-Fi going out. We got the beat on the countertop over there. I mean, it's a party and a half.
I was asking Kate if he was in a band or something. Play a music instrument or something? No. Yes.
no, that was me cracking my smokes, brother.
Oh, bro, I'm asking Cade if he plays a music instrument or something.
wait, say that again.
Are you in a band? Like, were you in a band or something?
Musician.
No.
A musician? No, not because I see your Morehouse tattoo. That's your last name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yo,
I thought he was at a black college or something, bro. I saw
So
Morehouse.
say
I
go
thought he was
crazy.
in a black college, bro.
Acquiring the knowledge.
I got that tattoo when I was like 17 years old.
Nice. But so, and to answer this question myself, the job is attractive, but it has its caveats. And the caveats come with a lot of instability and a lot of unknown. You don't know who, as a coach, you don't know who the general manager is. You don't know who the team president is. You don't know what the scouting department is going to look like because none of that's in place right now. You can have your guy, you can have your guys that you bring in, cool, but that's still not the general manager's guys or the director, player, personnel, and all that other jazz that you need in order to start acquiring pieces to build your roster. So the fact that they made the playoffs is definitely a positive, definitely something to be mindful of, and it's whether you like Carr or you don't like Carr, they made the playoffs with him, and with him as in the game managing role, they should be fine. He should be able to manage them all the way into game time situations. And if you keep it within a score, he's good to go. If it's more than one score, you're probably going to lose. But in terms of the attractiveness of the job, I mean, you could take the job in Jacksonville. You got Trevor Lawrence, who you're going to have to reprogram and teach how to be an NFL quarterback because Urban Meyer sure couldn't show him. Then you gotta rebuild that roster. Yeah, you got 3 draft picks in the first round and $70 million worth of cap space, but no wide receivers to name. Your running back is constantly hurt. You drafted a Travis Etienne, which was a guy you didn't need, and you got to hang on to him. And there's many holes to fix on that team. Or you could pick the Raiders, where you need a tackle, you need a guard. You're going to get Denzel Good back, so you get a chance to evaluate him. You need some pieces. You need another wide receiver, and you need some pieces on the defensive line. But you still have the draft to work with as well. So, in the grand scheme of things, the Raiders are further along than many of those other teams. But there are teams that have a little bit more resources available than the Raiders. So it's really what you want to work with. If you want to start at the ground floor, you'll pick one of those jobs. You want a job that's right there where all you got to do is maybe make a tweak here and there, and you'll be good. Then you'll pick the Raiders.
I want to say I feel like the Raiders are also an attractive job too, because I feel like they have then all those jobs we've talked about. I feel like we could provide the best job stability, I guess, because we just made the playoffs. So those teams, they weren't even near the playoffs. So I just feel like, those teams you're walking into, you got to kind of rebuild. And if you don't do it properly, they're going to can you. You're going to be back in the same position you were this year looking for a job. But the Raiders, I don't know. I just feel like I feel like there's something to be made of this Raiders team. I feel like they are good. They are, they were supposed to be in the playoffs this year. We won a lot of games by, a lot of things went our way. I'm not saying that, but I personally think this Raider team is meant to be in the playoffs. I think we are meant to compete with, these AFC teams. We're missing those few pieces, but other than that, we have a lot of good talent, and I think a lot of people they fail to realize that because for whatever reason, a lot of people, for instance, a lot of people I feel like they kind of get down on Hunter Renfrow. Oh, we need a number one receiver. I mean, what are you trying to say about Hunter Renfrow? He just put up over 100 catches and over 1,000 yards. It's not a number one to you. And I said that before once, Phil, and you kind of corrected me. You're like, no, we don't need a number one. We just need something else to complement our offense. And I feel like people might be wording it wrong, but I don't know. I just feel like people really underestimate.
Phil says he lost power out there in the wilderness, or out there, on the beach, the frozen beach, and lost power in the snow. It's a bad way to be. That's why you don't put yourselves out there in those types of situations, kids. When it's snowing, you keep your ass at home.
Hey, to add on to what Cade says, I think there's plenty of free agent wide receivers to upgrade. Let's put it Zay Jones' spot. Zay Jones is a serviceable receiver. I think the position can be upgraded. Doesn't have to be Devontae Adams. It can be. I mean, but Allen Robinson could do the same job. Even DJ Chark, I mean, he can fulfill a little bit of that Ruggs role. Also, the dude's got some speed. He's got size. He's just been stuck in
Big name.
Jacksonville.
I think Chark would be a great, exactly what we're looking for on the outside to kind of take the top off.
And not only that, but he's cost effective at that. You know what I mean? The one of the biggest things I think with this team is they failed in drafts. The cheap labor is not at a premium. So when you don't have cheap labor at a fucking premium, I have reservations of trading draft picks away, and I really don't think a new GM, because we're probably going to get a GM who's never been a GM before. So I'm pretty sure that he's not going to want to be giving up first rounders. So
I'm a little different on the Chark. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit different from you guys on the Chark. I don't want DJ Chark. Reason being, can't stay healthy. And Phil just mentioned it, bro. They don't have any wide receivers. He's one of their wide receivers, right, over in Jacksonville. So if you
About to
tell me they don't have any wide receivers, why the fuck would I want the guy you don't consider a wide receiver?
Well, he just got hurt last year, bro. That was
That's not
it.
first injury. He hasn't completed a season since he came into the NFL. He has not completed a season. He's been hurt every year for some reason. I don't want that. You know what I mean? I don't want the injury prone players, man. I don't. We've had enough of that shit. Every year, our same issue is fucking injured players. You know?
Okay, question though. I mean, a lot of these receivers coming out in the draft. I mean, all your best receivers coming out the draft. The two kids from Alabama and Drake London, they were all injured. Do you
Not
take
not
them
just
off the board?
Mechie from Alabama too.
But see,
Yeah.
Drake London's injury is a little bit older than Alabama wide receiver injury, bro. He might drop 3 or 4 rounds because of that injury. He just got hurt. It's a possibility he could go undrafted because it's a very high possibility he doesn't play this year. It's a fresh injury. So it's a real high possibility that he doesn't even play this year. You see what I'm saying? Like we can't. I know people be having great talent or whatever, but bro, if you can't stay on the field, that's one of our biggest issues right now is people not being able to stay on the field and complete the season. So I want to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, I'm with that because you kind of play different. You start to play a lot different when them injuries start piling up. You know, you just don't. You know, mentally, that's just one of those hurdles, man. It's just like you got a lot riding on your body, and you're
I
trying
think
to
he's a great
preserve.
player.
You're
I
trying to squeeze every
don't want
penny out of it.
That's my only thing. I think he's a great player, bro.
I kind of feel like, personally, you're starting to see a lot more of that these days too with players like at the running back, receiver position. These guys aren't staying healthy because, you know, the defense isn't really giving much options where to hit them. You can't go too low, you can't go too high. So, you know, the NFL's kind of making. I feel like the NFL's kind of making these causing more situations to get hurt if they would just let these guys play football and hit each other.
Yeah.
I feel like you may see more concussions or something, but I don't know.
Practices also too. You know, I mean, they're not hitting in practices very much either.
Yeah.
You know that. You know,
full speed.
yeah, they're not going out hitting each other. You know, staying in football shape. You know,
Since the NFL started changing the rules on how people play, there's been way more injuries.
Oh,
When
yeah.
they allowed them to play the game the way they wanted to. Now I got to worry about, like you said, I got to worry about where I'm going to hit you. That means I got to get myself in the position every single time. Well, what if I'm not in the physical position to get myself in position to hit?
A la Abrams on his second shoulder injury, right?
Or I gotta hurt myself, or I gotta hurt myself trying to pull up off of you so that I can get, so I don't commit a penalty.
A la
Well,
Abrams.
exactly.
And I
Abrams on his
understand,
Can't
second.
fall on the guy anymore.
I understand they're trying to prevent head injuries or, you know, but now with these rules, now you're hurting people's knees. You're still getting the concussions regardless. No matter where you hit somebody, they hit their head on the ground hard enough, it's a concussion. So I mean, I just personally think, you know, if you just let these players play ball, and as long as like maybe don't take the helmet to helmet thing out or the targeting penalties out, but you know,
Yeah, don't take out the helmets, but this defenseless wide receiver shit, get that shit out of here, man.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
Yeah.
Like when's the DB supposed to hit the receiver? He's supposed to let him catch the ball, come down with it, and make a play on it. Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, shit. I think my intro might be ready soon.
Who's working on your intro?
Press.
Oh
There you
shit.
go.
Yeah, Press.
Actually,
working
see if
on
he can do something for
I
me.
was gonna give y'all a sneak peek, but I don't want to. I was gonna give y'all a sneak peek, but I don't want to.
Hey, Phil, with
I'll give you a sneak peek. Quick sneak peek. There it was.
Hey, with our salary cap situation, we're probably going to see another year of like 1-year deals, huh? like with a lot of our depth players?
Nah, you might see some 2-year deals, 2-3-year deals. It depends on how high up on the chart they are, though. Second string, you might see some deals from some second stringers. Third strings, probably not.
Well, let me break it down to you. So, like, for instance, I guess guys like I'm talking about, are you signing them to more than a 1-year deal, or guys like Solomon Thomas and Quentin Jefferson?
Yes.
They're getting
Quentin Jefferson, yes. Solomon Thomas, no. No.
Why?
Solomon Thomas had 4 sacks early in the season and then just ain't been back. His pressures went down. I'm sorry. I'd bring him back for what? Vet minimum? But didn't he sign it? Did he sign a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal?
He's on a 2-year deal regardless. He's here.
Is he?
Yeah, he's here.
I thought he signed a 1-year. Did he sign a 2-year?
2-year deal. He signed a 2-year deal.
Okay.
So he'll be here next year regardless.
I mean, what about somebody like Casey Hayward? You signing him to a 1 or 2
He's
year
on
deal?
a 2-year deal too.
No, he's not. He's on a 1-year deal.
He's on a 2-year deal with an option.
1-year deal.
He comes back regardless.
I mean, then there's a guy like Zay Jones who played himself into a contract, but did he play himself into a contract with us or someone else?
Probably somebody else.
Letting him go
They should bring him back.
You know, that's the one bright spot DC really has, bro. And as you can see, bro, he loves Zay Jones. You know what I mean? He loves Zay Jones because Zay Jones don't miss a day of practice, off season or not. He don't miss a day. He hungry. You know what I mean? Derek Carr want hungry wide receivers. You know what I mean? In all honesty, I feel like he was happy to see AB go. Truthfully, I think he was happy to see AB go because he was like, dude, you're a distraction.
Well, no, I was even surprised that the Bucs wanted to deal with that. Like, I mean, you know, respect to AB in his game, but like, what organization or quarterback realistically wants to deal with that?
It was like your last statement was the perfect ending to that. You know what I mean? It wasn't the franchise. It was Brady. Brady wanted him there because Brady wanted him in New England. You know what I mean? It just didn't work out. You know, it just didn't work out for him. So, you know, he went to the Bucs. He got his ring. I don't think he really cares too much more about anything else. He got his ring, the thing he's been chasing. You know, AB got his ring. You can't take that from him.
Gold jacket.
Nah, he tarnished that with his last.
Yeah, he ain't not with those antics.
He thought he was waiting for a straight jacket.
When you were talking, were you saying Drake London is the one that possibly couldn't play this year, or were you talking about Jameson?
Jameson out of Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Jameson.
Because I was gonna say Drake London was somebody that I don't think's gonna be there at 22. But if all the other players that the Raiders were looking at maybe aren't on the board and they're for sure not gonna go quarterback, I thought that I don't know. I kind of thought Drake London would be an interesting guy to look at. I mean, he's physical, he's strong, he's got some speed to him. He plays outside receiver. You know, he's got good hands. I think he could be a good player.
Look,
Solomon Thomas isn't on the roster for next year. He doesn't even count against the cap.
Oh, okay.
What were you saying, bro?
No, I fully agree with you. Like, I want Drake London. I do. Can you imagine getting a Devontae Adams right on one side, Hunter Renfrow in the slot, Darren Waller at tight end, and then you got a Drake London on the other side of D. Adams?
Yeah, but
it's gonna be hard to guard.
Like what everyone else says. So much other things to, you know, kind of pay for. I feel like
a Hall of Fame wide receiver is Mando at this point. A Hall of Fame wide receiver is Mando at this point, especially one that has been in the league for a while. You know what I mean? Knows how to keep his nose clean and wants to fucking be here. That's the thing people are forgetting. They say, oh, we don't want to spend the money, but DA wants to be here. He wants to play with DC, especially if Aaron Rodgers leaves. He doesn't want to stay in Green Bay. So he wants to come play with his best friend, not only his college quarterback, but his best friend. Like they're like this, bro. They're best of besties. So who you wouldn't want to look. That's gonna be in DC's thing.
I'm gonna keep it like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. If the Raiders' long-term plan is to keep Derek Carr in town, then depending on what the Raiders are how they're gonna structure their roster, I guess, I wouldn't be opposed to bringing Devontae Adams in, because if he's gonna be the long-term quarterback, and you could figure out a way to fit him in there, or Derek Carr take the pay cut on his extension, whatever has to be done, I wouldn't be opposed to it, because you might as well get him what he wants if that's going to be your quarterback. I mean, but it's just like, it just depends on what this new GM situation and head coach situation says about their quarterback situation, because, they could easily come in here and say, look, this ain't it. Or they could come in and say, look, we got a solid quarterback, or as what they think is a solid quarterback. We got a solid quarterback. Let's do this. You don't know how these guys are going to come in and think. So it's just, I guess it's questions that'll be answered in the next.
In the
Everybody
in the light of Devontae Adams coming in, and let's just say it works, right? Like let's just say a lot of those opportunities that were missed from Carr not seeing guys wide open or whatever, are missing them. If they connect, just based on them having history and things like that, they start connecting. What's the narrative that can kind of come out of that? From years past where he's not seeing those dudes, but he's finding Devontae Adams. All of a sudden, like he's seeing the field. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is it almost like a conscious decision? Like, I'm just gonna, I'm going to Winfro with the ball. I'm going here with the ball. I'm going there with the ball. Like, and I'll spoon feed the rest of you guys.
Okay, but to play devil's advocate, like I always reiterate, you got to give up a first and a third.
Oh,
He can refuse to sign the franchise tag and sign with another team. The only problem is that other team has to, by NFL regulations, give up a first and a third for him, and then he's free to go.
Yeah.
But other than that, if the Raiders don't want to give up a first and a third, he just can't sign here. He can't refuse it. It's don't play then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, is a new GM really gonna give up a first and a third round draft pick? That's 9 years of cheap labor.
But here's a good thing about that, Raider Rich. It doesn't have to be this year's first round. You know what I mean? It can be next year's. It can be next year's draft. It just has to be a first and a third. So you don't necessarily have to give them this year's first. You know what I mean? You can keep this year's first, give them next year's first, and this year's third. You know what I mean? I believe we have multiple picks in the third this year.
I mean, because my biggest thing is we don't have any defensive tackles signed to our team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no defensive tackles. I mean, we need defensive tackles.
Man.
That's I mean, come on.
The D line was, man.
I think you're gonna end up with solid. That front line is coming back. You know what I mean? I feel like that front defensive line is coming back, man. But I hate to cut myself short with you guys, bro, but I do go live in 9 minutes, so I got to go backstage on my own show and get ready.
Hey, Dyrti. Hey, man, I love having you on, brother. Man, I love having you on.
I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I do. I greatly appreciate y'all letting me come through it and chit chat with y'all for a minute. You know what I mean? If y'all get the time once y'all finish up, if y'all find time, man, come on over, bro. It's the Friday Night Lights. You know what I mean?
Truly indeed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's indeed. The get downs, man. So
indubitably.
So
thanks, Dyrti.
Good night, bro. I'll see y'all
later. Yes, sir. Hey, and then 2022, we still got a $4 million cap hit for Henry Ruggs, a $3 million cap hit, 3.5 for Arnett, 400 grand for Tanner Muse. Isaiah Johnson still on the books. Yeah, there's still quite a few couple players. Matt Bushman. That can't be. Okay, it's a total of $9 million for 2022 in cap hits already. So I think some of those post June 1st aren't going to be picked up either.
Right.
I mean, because now we're talking close to $30 million in dead cap. So
So then the next question would be, well, what GM do you? I mean, well, yeah, what GM do you want to, that you think can work with that? Because I mean, we're actually looking at what's on his desk right now.
Well, I think Ziegler will do a good job. I mean, he the Patriots always have an excellent defensive line and an excellent offensive line. They drop well at those positions. Well, actually, I don't even know how they drafted in their offensive line. I just know they always have a solid offensive line. I need to check their draft on that. But I think that
they know, and they know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
yes. No, I mean, but like, I think Ziegler would build a stellar offensive line and a stellar defensive line. When when you have a quarterback that's not very mobile, you need a stellar offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't have any more.
So no Trulies on deck?
Man, hey, look. I just looked to my left, check my box. I'm all out.
Really?
I am unprepared for Friday night.
Right, man.
Yeah. Hey, but just because it's Friday, and just a side note, get on some bullshit real quick, because there's some serious Raider talk for a minute. Have you seen the Peacemaker yet?
Oh yeah.
Though I seen the first 3 episodes. That's all I was able to see.
It's pretty hilarious. It's a lot of debauchery. You know what I mean? It's funny as fuck though.
Shit blew
I got
my mind
Robinson watching it too.
when he was fucking the hooker, the
Oh, the hair metal chick.
the butterfly hooker.
Yeah, the butterfly chick. Yeah, man. That's fucking hilarious, dude.
Bro, I was like, wait a minute, they just did some real soft porn shit on a
What's up, Pablo?
some DC shit.
Yeah, man. That whole like I tripped out on the whole the little start to it with the old fucked up ass dance and shit. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, hold on.
Looks like Robinson left the building.
He had to go make a run. He should be back soon. He said keep it
Oh, he
rolling.
on the nanny duties.
Yeah, you know. Shout out to the dads, all that good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
I miss my kids when they were little. I used to like to be around them.
yo, you ever just have that look? Have you ever just look at them and go, what I mean? You just go, man. You just,
Right?
yeah, like.
It'd be nice to just sock you up right now, huh? I just play it. That's funny.
Yeah, shit. Goddamn, the goddamn Warriors struggled with Houston tonight, bro.
Oh, Steph had the game winner, right?
Some shit like that. I don't know. I was on here, and then I hurried up and got home, so I didn't even see the ending. Oh, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Houston thought they was when they wasn't.
Man. Deal with that later.
Bro. See, cap it. If they cut Middleton today, dude, it's like $14 million.
I was just, yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna get back to that. So I was just gonna say
That's a lot of money, bro. Corey Littleton, Yannick. I mean, Yannick's worth the money.
You think this next coach keeps Kenyon Drake?
He's gonna have to. Kenny Drake is what? Let's see. He's your 8th highest paid player. This dude's making more money.
Him? You don't think that? You don't
dude ain't nobody traded for Kenny Drake, bro.
Yeah.
Negative. I mean, you might get somebody to trade for Corey Littleton, but not at that cap number, bro.
Over Drake? Oh, well, yeah, he just broke his goddamn leg. So
yeah, I mean, Kenny Drake got a total cap hit $8 million.
I forgot it was that severe.
Yeah, $8 million and
so we're kind of, how
and
much
a $2.5 million and his base salary is 2.5. And his roster bonus is 5.5 million, bro. And he would, in his dead cap number, $8 million. It's a lot of money, bro, for a running back.
How much?
Especially when you can draft these guys in the 3rd round.
And then how much? And then how what Kenyon Drake do we expect after this injury? Coming back after this injury.
You know what? A lot of players are coming back faster. They're coming back just as strong. I mean, it all started when AD when he came back. I mean, he came back. Remember, he came back strong.
Yeah.
I would like. He can come back stronger than ever. Shit, you never know.
Yeah, I was kind of in my brain, kind of just going through the roster, just seeing like what would be risk versus risk for reward type of move.
I think Devontae Adams is a risk reward move. I think Allen Robinson is. Allen Robinson is going to command some good money. I do like Zay Jones. I like him as my kind of like my 3rd or 4th receiver, though.
Over Edwards?
No, I'm talking about behind. Yeah, I guess behind fucking Edwards
is right. In that 3-4 spot.
Yeah, but Edwards. My whole problem with Edwards, everybody loves to get down on him, but nobody wants to realize he ain't running routes the routes he needs to be running. We rarely see him run slants and shit. I mean, I think
I'm hoping so because I had but I was down on him about his hands. I think at one point for a couple of weeks, and then it was what it was, and then also I was kind of down on how he wasn't used the same way he was used when he was kind of like one of those guys that would be a finisher for us down the stretch. When Carr was going to come down the stretch, he makes a lot of big plays late in games, and it's some overtime. So, and then all of a sudden, he wasn't used that way, down the stretch. And it was kind of like, what's going on?
Oh, I agree. Somebody put on there. We need a badass right tackle. I agree. I think we need a veteran tackle. We need to get somebody in free agency, and we also need to re-sign our own. We need to get players like fucking Hunter Renfrow, Max Crosby. We need to get these guys signed.
Right.
Well, go take a shower.
And we're all pretty much everybody. It seems like pretty much
Wow.
I feel like the feel of it is not too many people are, everybody's okay with Abrams walking.
Right. Yeah, because over the cap's got Spot Track's got your boy Hunter at $17 million a year, 4 years, $68 million, average of $17 million a year. Wide receiver rank, he's ninth. Wow. It's gonna get expensive, my brother. That's you mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're only gonna get Hunter Renfro on a cheap contract for 1 more year, you know. And to be honest, I'm not willing to give up Hunter Renfro.
Right, right. Especially walking to in a situation where possibility of even being better, it's going to be even better. It's just like,
Shoot, they got Max Crosby coming in. 4 years, $55 million, averaging $13.9 million a year.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then, what do we do at Perriman?
Perriman's on the contract, and I think it's for like less than $1 million for next
For
year.
another year?
Yeah. I mean, but let's face it. I mean, we haven't drafted linebackers high. We need defense. We don't have. When's the last time you drafted a defensive tackle? I can't remember the last time we drafted a
Or
defensive
just
tackle.
defense was a real priority,
Yeah.
until like last year, I think, or the year before, or whatever. When, we started.
Right.
It's never been a real priority. So.
Well, yeah. But yeah, I don't see any defensive tackles on the roster for next year. Yeah, guard, right tackle, defensive end. Yeah.
And you know what? Shoot, Harbaugh, Flores, that they're going to build a defense.
Right.
I can't see the chat. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. Guess who's back?
Digital Prez is here. He's still here.
Hey, what happened to Cade?
He said his phone was gonna die, and so he had to call it a night.
Oh man, he needed to get one of them long ass motherfucking extension cords. I got that fucking 12-footer. You mean? You know, my kids act up.
That one from the Dollar Tree for $2.
Hey, no. I got the one
like,
for models.
the Dollar
The one for
Tree
model zone. You know what I mean? You know, fucking,
right here.
Wrapped up fucking this box this big as shit. You mean fucking big ass long motherfucker. And he's literally going up and around my table and shit behind my computer. Shit.
Booby trapped your house with the shit.
Right.
But but I'll fill you in, Phil. He was just crunching some numbers on the cap and just looking at options and just looking at what's sitting on the GM's desk when he walks in, practically.
Yeah, because we were talking dead cap numbers, right? And for right now, I mean, you still have a dead cap number of $4 million for Henry Ruggs, 3 million, 3.5 for Arnett. Tanner Muse is still $500,000.
Oh wait, Bruce, before you go to the I don't know why I feel like this sounds familiar, but in circumstances like the Henry Ruggs, aren't there certain like forgiveness clause? You know what I'm saying? There's certain type of clauses like under certain circumstances like that the team gets a break, somewhere.
Bro, this is the way, dude. We don't get no breaks, bro. We don't get no fucking breaks.
Oh, that's a legal break that they're going to get because that player he's incarcerated, so he doesn't meet the league conduct for player conduct. So his salary should be getting voided and should come off the books. They did that with Arnett as well. Now Arnett they may have to pay slightly, but the fact that Kansas City picked him up, they still got to pay him for being on their roster.
Right, but according to this, it's showing them both as cap hits. hmm
That's cap
For
hits.
the 2022
Currently,
dead
yeah,
cap.
yeah, I saw that.
So
I know Ruggs for sure should be coming off. For sure, he should
okay,
be.
Yeah, you got it, Rich. I just wanted to ask that because
yeah, but if we're looking for the NFL to do us a favor, they won't.
No, well, they're not going to do you if it's just standard contracts. It's the language in every contract.
Right. So they can get him for conduct detrimental or something like that, right? And void his contract, right?
that would be even just as somebody that doesn't know anything about that side, I would definitely cover my ass if I was the organization on that.
So I'm good with this whole process playing out and taking its time because
Me too.
the Raiders need to get this right, and they need to build it. They need to build this properly in order to ensure that it lasts. You could have them do the same shit they've been doing. Hire a coach who picks his GM, and then maybe you'll get a team president that doesn't like either one of them, and then the three guys will sit here and battle with each other over who's more important, who should have say in what, and nobody wins. What they
Having
need to
pissing contests.
yeah, what they need to do is they need to take the steps in order. They need to check the proper boxes and do it the right way. Truly.
Let's
They truly
go. Let's
do.
go.
They truly do.
Let's go. Oh man. Shoot, I was gonna piggyback off of Phil, but oh shoot, that truly is distracted me.
You just got your mouth watering now.
Yeah, it was like I saw red and I was a bull. I was like coming for like, oh shit. Oh yeah, but that right there, he's drinking that 666 right there.
Hey, got your gums turning colors.
A little hair on my chest, a fresh little patch right there.
Right? Truly do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Low in carbs. Indubitably.
High in flavor, low in carbs, with 5% alcohol, making it a truly wonderful experience.
Those views are written express views, may not be used without the express written consent of
The
Unfiltered After Dark.
Will you not endorse?
You never know, man. Yeah, this chili thing. Yeah, it's a thing. It could be a thing. But anyway, back to what stresses us out and gives us joy in the fall and now into the winter. These goddamn Raiders.
They're stressful, aren't they? They're fucking stressful. Like sometimes the Raiders do shit just to make sure we can't sleep at night, or we sit there and fight with each other. I think they're
Even the wins give you heart attacks. Like, come on, you know what I mean? It's like we won, but it took me a while to catch my goddamn breath because it's like, goddamn.
Motherfucker, that was COVID, bro. I was with you. I was dying too.
Yeah.
You can't be giving me anxiety like this and then fucking doing that San Diego game. I was like, dude, just lose or win, bro. Let's go.
Dude,
let's get this done and over with.
After in that Colts game, oh, dude, bro. Oh my god.
That Colts game, I'm sorry, that was uncalled for, bro. That should have just a straight up win, bro. Like,
Oh man,
god damn, y'all motherfuckers get me every fucking time. This cardiac kid kids get a little too old for your boy.
Yeah,
man.
your boy ain't as young as he used to be,
It's like
huh?
Mhm.
it's like winning the game in Street Fighter where both of y'all was about to die and it just took a jab to like finish it. It's like,
Just beep. That kick
yeah,
to the shin in Mortal Kombat.
Nah,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
toenail kick.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's like you won, but you fucked up.
Right?
hey, it doesn't matter. You got to get that dub. But one thing I think that really needs to be brought up, and that's not getting enough attention, is that Mark Davis is not getting enough credit. Said, is he
Uh,
perfect? No, he's not perfect. Said, but he's done a lot. And what he has shown is a propensity for learning on the job and from his mistakes. Very rarely have you seen Mark Davis make the same mistake twice. And this would be his opportunity to get it right and correct the same mistake that he made from 2016 when they had a similar deal going on. They got to get the right coach in here, and they got to get something sustainable, and they just got to build it the right way and not try to do things ass backwards the way that the Raiders used to do it, because it's just simply not working.
Right.
And there are so many different things that they can do coming into this offseason. Do they absolutely have to have a head coach? I don't think so. I
No.
I think if you really wanted to bring everybody back, you bring back Versace, bring back Bradley, bring back Cable, everybody but Greg Olson. Greg Olson's got to go.
yeah.
And then from that point, you could run Carr as your guy, you could run Mariota as your guy. I mean, the reality is they're going to win football games based off the Russian attack and the defense. And if that's the case, then it really shouldn't matter who your
I mean,
quarterback is.
we can say, Mark Davis's first, real coaching hire did build a playoff roster.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's gotten that done. He says, okay, I have put people in place that have built something that has gotten my team to be able to contend.
Mm-hmm.
And catastrophic shit happened, and that put the brakes on it, premature. Okay, whatever. All right. So just like Phil said, this is an opportunity to see Mark Davis take another step as an owner.
Oh, I'm with you. Not only that, but I think he's gonna have to learn from what happened while uh you know ditching Del Rio for a guy with a brand name. Let's face it, a lot of people wanted um Gruden to coach the team. It wasn't for his X's and O's. It was for Monday Night Football. That they were more impressed with how he ran, his X's and O's on Monday Night Football than his actual
He,
theories and schemes and shit like that.
and you know what? It's it's more sounding like a win-win the more we talk about it, because he made the big splash as far as the celebrity part about it, and then he again, you add that he did build a playoff roster.
Yep.
So it really becomes a win-win at that point.
We're quick to pile on John Gruden because of what happened. We're quick to pile on John Gruden because we feel like he should have been winning more. But like you said, and one thing, the Raiders are playoff bound when he said that they needed to be playoff bound, that they were going to be playoff bound this year, and they did it. They were at the cusp for the last 2 years in a row and failed miserably when they started on their season ending losing streaks. Now, what changed? Leadership. Well, you heard one of those anonymous players say that that Bisaccia wasn't grinding them into the dirt later on in the season, which would explain why Josh Jacobs looks so much fresher at the end of the year than he has in years past.
Yeah, he was able to fucking gain some health at the end of the year. I mean, he looked like he was starting the season because he definitely started the season looking
It
like.
definitely, we definitely seen something click.
Yeah. And I've been as critical as Josh Jacobs as anybody, but what I saw from him down the stretch was like, okay, Josh ain't the problem. The line is starting to figure it out. Josh ain't the problem, but but this play calling, I got a big issue with this play calling. When my running back is
Definitely.
averaging 6.5 yards per carry, I can't understand how we're down 10 and he's not getting the ball.
Is is that all the offensive coordinator? Some people, they just want to be
Yeah,
included. They can't.
yes, it is. Because if the play call is getting changed at the line of scrimmage, he needs to sit down whoever it is that's changing the play call at the line of
Yeah,
scrimmage. Don't do that. The
yeah.
Right.
running back is averaging 6.5 yards a carry, and that was being generous. That's including the negative runs because a lot of what you saw was 10 and 15 right up the gut,
Hmm.
35-yard hitter. I mean, my
All
man
day long.
13 carries, 83 yards. He was well on his way to.
I'm
He
and
was
when he was
almost
when
at
he
100 yards by halftime.
and
Yeah.
those runs where he kind of he was bouncing it, and you kind of
Yeah,
like, oh shit, he's going east and west. Oh shit, he gets up. He gets up north. It's like, oh shit.
Hell, if he was faster, he would have scored on a couple of them.
yeah, he would have. And and ultimately, that's going to be a distinction that needs to be made by the next incoming head coach. I like what if he's going to be available to be there at the end of the season and continue running the way that he was running, go heading into the playoffs. Then I'm comfortable with keeping him around. You don't
Right.
necessarily. You don't
Yeah,
necessarily. It would be nice. It would definitely be nice to have a home run hitter. Said, but in terms of ball control and keeping the chains moving and the clock running, Jacobs is the guy that you want.
you get an imaginary offensive coordinator in the red zone. He might start to see some double digit touchdown years.
Well, he's usually the belt. He's usually the person the only who scores in the red zone. I mean, you got to remember the quarterback ain't throwing no touchdown pass. What was the QB rating for Carr in the red zone, Rich?
34.7. That is the lowest quarterback rating in the red zone in NFL history. It was
And
previously set
NFL
by
history,
Matt Hasselbeck.
and NFL history, and that was the red zone percentage in this playoff game against the Bengals.
Yes.
Okay. Do you happen to have the red zone percentage for his career in front of you?
No, I don't. I just stepped out real quick. I'll get right back to
Oh yeah,
that.
he ran off that number. You must got
Hey,
it
hey,
tatted on you.
don't let it happen again.
Hey, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You have
right.
my
That's right.
stat. Get out of here. Go do what you got to do. But no, and that's the whole thing. It's an uncomfortable question that nobody really wants to answer, especially for those of us who want to keep Carr. And the question is as follows. Okay, so if you're dead set on not moving on or only moving on if you have an improvement, what qualifies as an improvement? Are we talking red zone? Are we talking about turnovers? Talking about touchdowns? Talking about completion percentage, yards, QBR? What exactly are we talking about? Are we talking about third down conversions? Because if you're talking about third down conversions and red zone conversions, that alone would make significant improvement in the scoring output of this offense when you're getting 7 instead of 3. That's going to help the Raiders put teams away and not be cardiac cats because the game was put away when it should have been put away.
The defense is fresher because they're not, playing in really intense situations for for that duration of time. I mean, he's 3rd and 1. He's 3rd and short that they're getting the side of and doing well on, but um, every now and then it'd be nice to throw in the backups. You know what I mean? And let them finish the game.
I hope that Rich does not bring in Jason Garrett. I really hope that Rich does not bring in Jason Garrett. If that's the case, I hope he does not get the job. What position do I want Raiders to draft with first round pick?
I'm gonna say
at 22. I'd like for them to move up and take either a linebacker or a corner. Probably linebacker or a corner. I believe that they need to sign a veteran right tackle, and they can draft a guard in a later round.
I'm going to go deep.
Maybe you look at what's available at wide receiver as well, because you need a guy who's going to be a dog for you, and you can get a dog at 22. This draft is supposed to be loaded with wide receivers, so it shouldn't be a question of being able to find talent as much as just being able to find the right talent.
I'm going to say a D tackle.
So you got Jordan Davis at the top, but he figures to be gone by the time you get out of the top 10, potentially the top 15. So after that, then the drop off from Jordan Davis is significant.
Okay, so let's say how we have discussed in the on space and things like that about what scheme fits Abrams best, and we bought the 3-4 scheme that we feel like he could flourish in the best. However, but if we stay in the scheme that we're in now, do we look at another safety?
And so that boils down to what it is that you're getting ready to do on with your defensive coaching staff. If Bradley comes back, then you look. That's a question that you can proceed with. If Bradley doesn't come back, then you got to look at who fits where, and which one of those guys who were rocking with Bradley are going to come back. Because you're looking at Quentin Jefferson should come back no matter what. Darius Philon, as much success as he had with the Raiders, should be going wherever Bradley goes. Hayward is Bradley at this point because I don't think that he'd want to stay and learn a different scheme. It would just be easier to go with Bradley and continue to play in that same scheme and just be successful at that and potentially squeak out more than $2.5 million, which he was scheduled to make this year. That's Richard's boy. Rich, you want to tell him about Drake London? Tell him about Drake London, Rich. Rich is not with us.
Tell me what's really going on.
I'm with you. I'm just looking up stats and which not.
Drake London. Tell BF Boyd here a story about Drake London.
He's big. He's fast. He's strong. He catches touchdowns.
And he's injured. Next question. Well, yeah. I think
you don't want people to see him enjoying that Trulies. I see how it is.
Man, you know what I'm saying? He's got an image to protect. If the homie saw him on camera drinking Trulies, bro, they'd be on him.
Y'all ain't nothing nice.
No more.
Y'all nut nice.
Oh man.
So what have you come up with in your searches and your number crunching? Look at this. We got the data analyst over here. Rich with his degree in statistics over here, about to show
Right,
you what
right,
time it is.
right.
You know what I'm saying, look. Hey, I didn't see not a single plaque on the wall, my man. I'm gonna have to call bullshit.
Hey, you just gonna call bullshit no matter what, dude. I can have all the plaques I want. Don't mean shit to you. I know how you run. I know how you run, motherfucker. You just gonna talk shit anyways, bro. I can sit there and be like, look at the fucking facts. You be like, no,
Like, where did
no,
you acquire these from?
yeah,
Good.
that's a fake site.
No good.
Oh man. I'm about to black out just watching you drink that.
Oh, we don't need you blacking out again, brother. No.
Hey, look. So not, not the viewers can understand why I stay in my lane.
Truly.
Oh man.
Oh man, we
God,
truly
I hate
do.
finding out afterwards what happened.
And he said, never again, didn't you, Tony? He said, never again.
Look, I gotta respect. I gotta respect this. What was that?
Never.
I promise you.
Uh,
So once I figure out how to do that.
Oh, all right, y'all. I think I'm gonna end this real quick. Probably head over to Dirty's live for a minute, like I said I would.
Right on.
10:30.
Yeah,
Bro, what's up with Kate? I thought he was in it to win it, man. Dudley was supposed to roll up. What happened?
well, Rich, this is what happens. You see it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Look. I pulled Tony off the street, literally.
Yeah.
Bro, Tony came in with bangers too.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he just got off work, dude.
And all of that with a damn
Romancing the stone. He got the Dracar on, just dripping. You know,
I bet you he looked like he smelled good. I bet
yeah.
you got the right now smelling like $1,000,000.
Knuckle salsa to the right.
Hairline receding, but
hey, it's mine till it's gone.
hey. Fucking
and look, when you say you was getting ready to leave, now he want to show up. We've been
man.
an hour and a half. I'm ready to go. Oh no, fuck that! I can show up real quick. John D up in this bitch.
I'm about to call me out.
All our shit is Dipset. Look, all our
hey, yeah,
Dipset.
I gotta give me a haircut, man. Don't even trip. This forehead hella big.
Fucking shit, but wait till you get that motherfucking gray.
Oh, I already got it in my chin right now, so
yeah.
I'm embracing it.
I used to have the handlebar mustache. That shit is gray. Just
I was looking in the mirror and I was like, damn, my face used to be all black. What happened?
Right.
And one day is it gonna go back to black? No, the gray is just spreading.
Bro, you gonna be just for men, huh?
Oh, man, I ain't gonna go that route, man. You gotta learn how to use it to your advantage.
Shit. Fucking, I've been wearing a hat for a minute, bro.
Nah, normally I don't even like letting my hair grow out like this and stuff. Normally it's like after 2 weeks I shave it all off. But I just been lazy.
He said, I've been wearing, I wear hats. He said, I've been wearing a hat so long that people don't recognize me unless I have the hat on.
I believe it.
Right? Same thing here. Fucking shit. Fucking, you know what? Ever since COVID hit, people just it's just been different, bro.
Right.
People You don't interact with people as much as we used to. I mean, fuck. I mean, people don't even go see movies anymore. I mean, everybody's at the drive-in or watching at home. I mean, just everything is different now because of COVID. I mean,
This shit is a movie. This shit is a movie. It's every pandemic or some type of you know world dominant situation like type of movie. Like it's like, man, it's not even entertainment. It's like predictions and shit. It's like fucking a look into the future. It's like, man.
Best word of advice is stick to your own and mind your own business. You'll be all right.
and don't let nobody breathe on you.
Pretty much,
I
man.
just saw a commercial. I mean, I just saw on the news that they're developing a little pendant thing or something like that it could tell you that if you're in contact with COVID anywhere. It's like that's just wild.
Oh, contact tracing or
It's like I don't know if
Yeah.
it's tracing, but it's like I guess if you were around it, like the shit
Yeah.
like does something or whatnot.
Oh, it like turn colors or some shit, like an
Like a
indicator.
mood ring or some shit. Like crazy.
hey, I need a dumbass one, dude. You mean just start fucking blowing up? You get around a dumbass, you be like,
Said a mood ring.
fucking shit. My shit's turning colors. You stupid,
No, that would be awesome.
right?
Just look at somebody. Well, it looks
Hey,
like
you know, be fucked up though. As soon as you put it on, it starts turning colors. It's you. You full of shit.
That's funny. So what's up, Dundee? How you been? Haven't seen you in a cool long while.
Yeah, man. Just keeping busy with my kids and my job, and like I already got my assignments for school and stuff. So yeah, man, it's gonna be like a busy 6 months for me.
Hey, idle hands is the devil's playground.
Exactly. So yeah, like I got baseball for the kids. I'm taking like 12 units for class, and then you gotta do your husbandly duties too and stuff. So that's always important.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like I have no reason to be bored or anything like that. So yeah.
And there's always something for you outside to go do.
Oh, absolutely.
Always. The grass looks a little long. It's like, really?
Let me go get these
Down,
roots in
you
between
sitting
these
down
plants.
just bothers my soul.
you know? Hey, why don't you go chase out that gopher? Fuck am I gonna do? Dig a hole behind the motherfucker?
Oh man, in my neighborhood we got cats and squirrels going at it and stuff.
Bruh, hey, my wife had me out there with a water hose trying to drown that motherfucker.
In my neighborhood,
I've seen that one too.
In my neighborhood, there were skunks, and then there was a few, coyote sightings, and I haven't seen the skunk since.
Yeah.
No, them coyotes is no joke. I was working out in the Oakland Hills, and I saw one. And I was like, you look on TV, and the motherfuckers be looking all cute and cuddly and stuff. And I looked in that motherfucker's mouth, and I was like,
he had struggle on him. He come from struggle. He was a whole different type of.
I was like, I don't want to be nowhere near that dog's mouth. Don't bite me, no nip, nothing. Don't even show me.
Water.
And they ain't small either.
2-3 days. That shit was.
Yeah. Shit, we had one trapped in our yard. It ate all the rabbits and skunks in the yard.
Man.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Bad news.
It's like, thanks. Now you can go.
Bad news. He kill all your pets.
Shoot, my mother-in-law, she got some birds back here, and there was a hawk covering over our house for a couple days.
Oh, that's a buffet.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I came home to drop off my kids from work or from school and stuff, and my mother-in-law starts screaming. I go out there, like one bird got a puncture wound in its chest and the other one's head snapped off. I was like, dang. And the hawk was
Wow.
just sitting on my neighbor's like chimney and stuff, just staring at our house and stuff. So I was like, man, this is whack. I'm like, little old bird over here being the savage to these other little birds and stuff. And I'm like trying to figure out how the heck did it get his his claws and stuff in it, but I don't know.
That's tricks of the trade, bro.
Yeah, but
Like,
no one in the house wanted to see like the surveillance video how it went down and stuff. So I was like,
wow. They all pushed
So
out.
you had to watch it by yourself?
Pretty much.
Okay. That motherfucker was sticking his toe in, huh?
Yeah, man. Like, one hand here, the other one here, And there was 4 birds, and I was surprised it got like 2 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What kind of birds were they?
Just like those little like small birds that you get at like the swap meets and stuff, like the one out in Chino.
Okay.
Oh, like a parakeet or something?
Yeah, just
like a little cockatiel or some
something like that.
Yeah,
it's big and stuff.
Okay. No ghetto pigeons in them motherfucker.
Nah, man, we gonna need a bigger cage than that.
No roosters. You mean?
Nah, man.
Shit. Them roosters are motherfucker. They like to wake you up before the sun comes up. You know what I mean?
Where we used to live at, man, like yeah, man, there's like 3 or 4 roosters on our street and stuff, and like sure enough at like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
I bet you was wishing for a hawk at that point, huh?
Right. Yeah, man.
I don't want no part of that rooster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No pars.
Oh man. But I got a question for you guys.
Sure.
So should we be expecting next week, for some announcements about some personnel moves and stuff?
I would say interest.
You should hear a lot more interest. You should see where they have a lot better idea where they're going with it from the candidate list.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is that they shouldn't be in any rush. Honestly, the best coaching candidates for the job are going to be the ones who are still coaching.
Right.
So you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait for a chance to interview them. And Denver's interviewing Eric Bieniemy. That's a great move for Denver. I wish that the Raiders would have done it, would do it, but for whatever reason, that's not what they're doing, or they haven't got around to it yet. That would have been my number 1 pick, but I'm not Mark Davis. Excuse me.
Right.
And they want a young guy. That's one of the criteria. They want young guys. They want guys that are going to be able to be there for a while, so that Mark Davis doesn't have to come in and try to and constantly be in a state of rebuild, a state of panic, or a state of flux, because they'll be doing what they need to do and keeping it rolling for years to come. Whereas you got to worry about some old dude ready to ride off into the sunset, go kick it with the grandkids and all that other stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And I to be honest, I kind of see Harbaugh as that guy, that old dude who's ready to ride off into the sunset, make one last run at it and probably hang it up. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm kind of on the fence with him. I would love to get a young dude.
Harbaugh's like what, 55?
Do you think if that
58.
that young guy,
58? Oh wow,
you think that young guy isn't available, would Harbaugh be the right guy to get that position, start to get that position groomed for somebody?
It depends on who you bring in.
I mean, because what if they don't get their guy this year, that young guy, this year, or I don't know. Actually, I'm kind of like speaking in ways it's kind of backwards and forwards a little bit.
There really isn't a reason why they can't get whoever it is that they want. There's even if it wasn't the best head coaching job available, it's still one of 8. There are at least 8 quality head coaching candidates to where if they get one of them, they should be okay.
Okay, right.
There's no reason why they shouldn't have a good coach.
Right.
Okay.
I agree.
Oh.
And I also agree that there's we got to do something with this offensive coordinator shit because this is it's bad. And if Rich B says, "Oh, I'm bringing back Olsen," dude, that should be automatic disqualifier.
Yep.
I don't think that's an option.
I don't think that's the option, man.
You know, I'm saying you shouldn't get the job if that even crossed your fucking mind.
What are you guys' preference? A defensive coach with the offensive genius, or an offensive coordinator genius, or the other way around?
I'll take a defensive coach with an offensive genius as an offensive coordinator.
See, I'm gonna take an offensive genius with an older defensive coordinator, proven defensive coordinator. That's the way I'd rather do it, because you get an offensive genius with a defensive coordinator. Well, after a year or two, you're gonna lose that offensive coordinator.
Correct.
Okay, and as the defensive coordinator, well, I mean, how many defensive coordinators get? I mean, there are some defensive coordinators who get coaches, but you're less likely to lose your defensive coordinator than you are, your offensive coordinator. That's the way I see it. There's just more longevity in it.
It's an interesting take. I could get behind that.
I was actually going to ask you guys that too. But yeah, like at first I was all for getting a defensive coach with the offensive minded, a out of the box offensive minded offensive coordinator. But at the same time, when you do that, you run the risk of losing that offensive coordinator probably a lot sooner than having an offensive head coach with the defensive coordinator. So yeah.
I love the enemy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
because everybody's always looking for that next best thing on offense and stuff, but no one's
right.
really trying to hire a defensive coach.
Right mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's face it, dude. Like in Kansas City, the way they fucking were scoring last week, bro. It wasn't just one dude calling them fucking plays, bro.
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers, they all sit there. I'm telling you, they quarterback coaches, they fucking came up with a play. Eric B came up with a play. Andy Reid came up with a play. Listen, let's see how many ways we can fucking score. Everybody
disrespect the shit out of people.
Man, that was so fucking disrespectful, bro.
That underhand touchdown toss, bro, I was sick.
Yeah. Wait, how many?
Hey, after Travis Kelce fucking threw that touchdown, I was like, I don't even know if I can hate this. I could appreciate the assholeology of it. You know what I mean?
And then what's funny, how Twitter do. Twitter just puts his name next to Carr's name as far as how many playoff touchdowns they have.
Yeah,
that was great. That shit was great.
Man, that is so fucking sad, bro. That is so
absolutely
sad.
Disgusting, great at the same time. Just like, bruh.
So fucking sad.
I'm so sick of hearing about this guy being the greatest thing ever. And I don't even hate the guy. That's the cold part. I don't hate him.
Yeah.
I don't hate him. I don't have any ill will towards him. I don't. I just know who he is and what he is, and the fact that he's got as many touchdown passes in the playoffs as Travis Kelce is appalling because they don't play the same position.
Right.
But Derek Carr went and did the exact same thing that he always does. Got a interception and a fumble, one touchdown. After the bye week, that's all you can get from him. That's his average game.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Pre-week 8, Derek Carr's he's a pretty good fucking quarterback. Pre-week 8, he's a pretty good fucking quarterback. He's pretty fucking stellar. Especially if you get him mad in the preseason, talk a bunch of gang of shit. He's a bad motherfucker. Especially week 1, week 2.
Derek Carr could be
I've been trying to shame him into playing better for years.
The Carr stands, they might get their wish because could you see a scenario where when he gets older in his career and he's really more on the cheap, like a Brad Johnson type, and there's a defense that's just playing out of their lights out, and they just need somebody to just fucking just manage the game, Or do you think that there will never be another team that'll win it like that? Like, with a so quarterback, like Trent Dilfers and the Brad Johnsons.
Well, it's leaning less and less likely to it. I mean, because defenses are put at disadvantages every fucking game,
In terms of
every
rules,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, you mean so? I'm sorry, offense now wins championships.
Mm-hmm.
You mean, and it's gonna come to a point where that you're gonna have to have a top 8 guy, or you're gonna have to fucking have a top 15 guy and a fucking loaded ass fucking team, loaded ass team.
Loaded team.
You mean like
Like
Rams.
ridiculously good.
you
Like
mean you?
greatest show on turf good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking better than that. You mean I'm talking some shit we ain't seen. You mean
Or, or
like
you
like
know,
Rams
just like
like that Seahawks team that whipped the shit out of fucking Broncos
Yeah.
like that.
it sounds like you have. It sounds like it's a team that has like guys that they drafted that just jump off. You know what I mean? Just goes crazy. Some unexpected guys, and you have like all this talent on the cheap, and then you mix that in with middle some guys is good. Whatever the tiers are. That's pretty much how you get that.
Well, remember the Seahawks? Who they bring? They signed somebody, and I don't think he played very much all year. Percy Harvin,
Percy
right?
Harvin. Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker didn't play all year. Shows up for the Super Bowl, got his ring. Hey, he showed the fuck up though. When he showed up, he showed up. He was out there kicking ass, taking names. Looked like the best player on the planet. I don't think I ever seen Percy Harvin again.
Yeah, Percy
Yeah.
Harvin was a
You're right.
basket case.
Yeah, you mean, but hell of a talent. You mean?
Well, Florida, you know how that is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
Shit. I'm interested to see what goes on. I keep saying, I keep reiterating to everybody, we have no defensive tackles on the fucking roster. I think we get Phylon and Jefferson back. I'm really interested in drafting some defensive linemen. We're gonna have to draft at least 2 in the draft and sign 2 or 3. I mean, we can't at no point at any point ever should we not have fucking defensive tackles on our fucking roster. You mean that's off. That's how do you Gruden, how do you do that, bro? That's some special kind of stupid. That fucking mood necklace should be lit the fuck up. You mean? Cause that's fucking dumb as fuck, bro. You mean? It's dumb as fuck, dude. Because I think Quinn Jefferson should get a raise. I think Phylon should get a raise from last
Oh,
year.
absolutely.
Now,
Yeah.
are they
Phylon
priced
resigned
out?
without Bradley though.
Right. But are they priced out? Now, here's another thing though. Say we move to a different scheme. Now we got to say we go to 3-4. Now we got to get a fucking nose. We got to get a nose, a
some
big ass nose.
linebackers.
And then we got to get some 5 techs. You mean? Make some 7 techs. You mean? And then you got to have depth for that shit too. And without having fucking defensive tackles on your roster, you can't just fucking. We're rolling a 4-3 today. You mean? Because we don't have the roster for it. You mean? We if we had to play a game today, we're fucked. You mean? Luckily, we don't. And we have the off season, but I'm just baffled on how they can allow that to fucking happen.
All right. So
I mean,
question. So with you bringing up those points, do you see our roster being younger than what it was this past year with all the holes that we have? Because there's probably the potential that we might have to trade back a couple of times in not the first round or the second round, but maybe the third or fourth or fifth round to probably acquire a couple more picks to kind of address those needs, like you said,
yeah,
That's
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with them. That's one way to do it. It's a lot of it is it were that's some, but that's some cart before the horse kind of jump offs. It really comes down to lining up things the way that it's supposed to happen in a natural progression. If you supersede the natural progression, you're setting yourself up for failure. There's
Mhm.
no ifs, ands, or buts, no way around it. If you choose not to have the guys hire the guys underneath them the way that they want it to be ran, then it's never ever going to work.
Right.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, but the way the defense was put together, that wasn't the natural progression of the defense. You mean it may go through a little bit of growing pains. Even if we keep Gus Bradley, I know his track record shows that his defense has improved from year one to year two and to year three. Um, and I fully expect that. But if there's some, say, the run defense isn't as good or something like that, I mean, we're gonna have to expect some kind of growing pains. We're gonna have to draft for scheme.
Which candidates does he have a relationship with?
Huh?
Candidates, what do you mean?
Which
Oh,
head coaching candidates does Gus Bradley have a relationship with?
A lot.
Gruden, Anthony Lynn, right?
Yes.
uh,
Um,
Not, yeah, I mean, have a relationship with as far as that we're looking for, like
Pete
oh,
Carroll.
that's on our radar.
And remember, I mean, I think he started back in Tampa too, right?
yeah, with Gruden,
With Gruden
Gruden,
and Monty
Tomlin was
Kiffin.
there.
Yeah,
Morris.
You know,
Think he had Mike Tomlin. Ties
Mike Tomlin.
was his
We're
linebacker
getting a DB coach
coach.
or linebacker coach.
wasn't not Vance Joseph, but Raheem Morris on that coaching
Yeah,
squad too?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so
I'm surprised Raheem
and I'm
Morris's
asking that
name hasn't
question,
come up in any
leading
of
into necessarily, that whoever we bring in as head coach, there's a relationship there, and keep that intact, and add on everything else and move forward.
Okay. Well, let's say we get Nathaniel Hackett. You mean he's young, offensive minded, things like that. Who the fuck is he bringing in with them? You mean that's something I'm interested in. You mean fucking if we're going over scenarios. I mean, I
how
know
about
Robson would be like quit saying Nathaniel Hackett's name. I mean, but it's a possibility. You mean? I think he's a good offensive mind. I think he can bring some creativity to the red zone offense. I mean, this is the most boring red zone offense I've seen
I'm
in
sorry.
years.
It's just a boring offense in general. So boring that it's predictable. You know?
Like back in the days, the red zone offense had an identity. Dude, we were gonna run the ball and score on you, dude. I mean, they had a play. Dude, we can get 2 yards at any fucking
Oh, I
time.
miss Zach Crockett, man.
Zach Crockett
yeah,
and fucking John
Man.
Ritchie. You
I
mean
love
like, dude, you can't stop this fucking
yeah,
play.
like this. That's
And
Zach Crockett. He's getting 3 yards. This
Yes.
is happening. This is happening. He's getting
Right.
3 yards. Don't matter. You put all 11 guys on the line of scrimmage. He's getting 3 yards.
Yes.
and then they had another pass play with Tim Brown. They'd get him matched up against linebackers. You mean they'd have a motion. I can't remember what the fucking plays mean, but they had things that were this is our identity. This is what we can do. You can't stop us at any fucking point in time. You
We're
mean?
gonna bust this
And
play out, and you're just gonna suck it
I
You
mean,
know,
fuck, we'll do this fucking all day long if we want
all
to.
day long.
and it's funny that you say that, because my dad, who baptized me into this fan base,
Or
uh
cursed you, right?
and when he talks about Upshaw and the boy, and it's like we're running right here and behind Gene Upshaw, and that's what the fuck I'm gonna do, and you can't do a damn thing about it.
This team doesn't have that kind of identity. You mean it? I thought that's something that John Gruden was going to bring to this team, and never at any point did he bring that.
You know what? I did think to myself at worst, John Gruden would at least be the adult in the room next to him.
Now he may have been the biggest kid,
No,
but I ain't gonna fall on Gruden. You know what I mean? You know,
he was doing too much. Like I said earlier, I mean, that dude was responsible for everything down to the lunchroom. I'm like, that's too much responsibility for one guy to have. He's spreading himself thin. And then you have this miraculous situation like what they got right now, where it's like, yo, what do you do now? This guy who was literally running every aspect of your franchise is
Big
gone.
brother. Ugh.
No, please don't.
Hey, I wonder how many times that eat meatloaf or some shit like that. If he fucking John get creative, man.
I'm just curious if he had a conversation with his next door neighbor prior to a game.
Right.
So they
better execution.
Invite him over for a beer, and here's this little thing I happen to be working on.
Right. Hey, I bet you John said, "Hey, Derek, you're moving next door. That's where you're gonna live." Fucking control freak.
Yeah.
I honestly, I want a general manager that supersedes the coach, though. You mean?
Right.
I just want the Raiders to be ran like a normal NFL franchise. You mean? I mean, they kind of owe us that. You mean?
Mm-hmm.
To run as a normal fucking functional fucking franchise. You mean? Mark comes in.
Yeah, and nobody that they bring in should be getting that Belichick package until they put a couple Lombardis across the table.
Yeah.
If you want to be the GM and you want to be everything about the franchise, and you got to have it established that you are the man. Not prove, established.
Right.
You've been there, you've left, and then you come back again. That's the type of dude who gets the GM responsibility as well as coaching. And they're not going to have
whole Belichick fucking.
Yeah.
You just do what you want.
Yeah, they're not going to have that anytime soon. So they need to have that natural order.
It's been well overdue, man. Like, this is the perfect time to kind of create that structure and that organizational identity right now, moving forward by having your GM run the show and then working your way down.
So let me ask y'all a question real quick. Who here has driven 110 miles an hour on the freeway? Just a show of hands.
I don't like going 90.
Bitch, shut up.
Not me, man.
I have, bro. Motherfucker, I did that shit at like 42 at that. It'll be like, you too old to be doing that shit. Jumped in my truck, hit the... Let's see how fast I can go.
I that shit in the Prius on the way to Vegas. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, you was doing a whole 60?
Don't ever disrespect me.
Had your feet underneath that motherfucker pushing it.
I push the fuck out of everything. I push tow trucks, big rigs, Priuses, all of it. I'll push it.
I get to 85 and I look back at my kids in the back seat. I'd be like, "Oh, let me hold on."
Right?
I'm doing.
See, it was me by myself. 4 o'clock in the morning. Nobody on the freeway.
Okay,
on a straightaway.
Go to sleep. Now's a good time for you to take a nap. You don't need to see what I'm about to do.
Right.
Shoot, not me, man. I can't do it. And then yesterday, after that whole pursuit out in West Hills with the motorcyclist, man,
bro,
like how fast he was.
Did you hear about the one in
crazy, bro? Did you
Riverside area?
Other view where he went right next to the store in the shade, where you just
bro,
that shit was crazy. I was like,
that's what I'm like.
There was one 2 days ago in San Bernardino. Motherfucker was running on the fucking 215 freeway asshole naked,
Wow.
got hit by a fucking rig. They had the body bag with parts in there. This motherfucker was an oil slick. That's all he was, and parts. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I used to be an
That's a
EMT.
Dodge, huh?
I used to be an EMT, man, and I got stories for. I got a few stories for some stories for days, but man, fucking seeing like, well, the rug shit, like any kind of DUI type shit, you know what I mean, kind of hits me differently because you be on those scenes and it's like a lot of time, there's a lot of times where the driver, just like Ruggs, is some injuries here and there, but the person that they hit it's like
It's
I
all
don't
bad
understand.
for him.
It's a strange, it's one of those
It's
kind
cancer.
of strange
Yeah.
phenomena that
Always.
I've seen that a lot, and so it's kind of like I feel like it's so unfair. You feel me? To just be like, that shit is just unfucking fair, and so
Absolutely.
it kind of when it comes to DUIs, it hit me different. But I'm a hypocrite, not to be a hypocrite. So I never had some drinks and then driven, but that shit did change me.
My bad.
And
I can't say. I can't say that. I can't say
EMT,
that.
Oh
But
no, I don't. Yeah, I didn't want to like
yeah.
put the dark cloud over it, but
No, I mean, but I used to work for AAA, and so I have a unique view on all of that as well. And usually, what happens in those particular situations, and I was telling my wife this because I actually met her when I was still doing AAA, is that your drunk people at the moment of impact never tense up. 9 times out of 10, they're asleep or passed out, and wake up with their car rolled up in a ditch somewhere, just kind of laid up like, what the fuck is going on. Meanwhile, your other people tense up, try to brace themselves, and that's where they end up hurting themselves extra
yeah,
because their body is not built to withstand that type of impact. And trying to brace yourself for an impact you can't withstand ends up shattering bones.
I used to have AAA, and then I'd go to the bar and have them fucking tow my shit home. And they was like, "We're not towing you
hey,
no more. We're
hey,
not towing you no more. You got the unlimited tows, not no more.
hey,
You're
you need
drunk."
to hey, you should have posted that with what's the corner from Pittsburgh's name, man?
Oh,
With the public
Hayden,
service. Yeah, hey Day with
Oh,
the public
Joe
service
Hayden.
announcement, like, yo, call the Uber and then get a tow truck and get your shit home if you don't want to leave your nice ass car in this neighborhood or whatever.
bro, I used to do that. I had
That's so
a
intelligent.
Cadillac.
That's
They used to
smart.
always told my they see my Cadillac and knew that I was drunk at the fucking bar. You know what I mean? They'd pull up. They wouldn't wait to find me, talk to me. They'd start hooking up my Cadillac, bro. We just,
Mm.
let's go. We already know what the fucking program is. You mean?
Yeah.
Come
See, no
fucking waddle
excuse.
off that bitch.
No excuses for people who's watching that. You just heard that. That's a wonderful idea. You catch the Uber, and if you got some free tow miles, use that. Get your car home. You get home. Everybody's okay.
Right.
They do it. They do it on New Year's Eve and all the drinking holidays where they offer the free tow service. And
Uh,
honestly, the best. That's the smartest thing ever. And when I was working for Trip, I used to be able to just call the homies to come pick me up.
uh.
Hell yeah.
That was great. That was great. Even the wifey was loving it back then. She was like, "Listen, I know I can go out get fucked up anywhere, and I got a ride home and I ain't even tripping, car and everything."
Right.
Right.
Hey, but you know what the weirdest part is? Is because I drive these rigs. Why do these motherfuckers in Prius try to fit they shit in everywhere, bro?
Oh man.
Dude, if you
Oh.
have a condensing lane, they will sit there and act like pull up right next to you and not pull past you, not brake to come in, but pull it like, bitch, you need to move the fuck out of the way. You be like,
That's people who don't drive, who've never driven professionally, who have no inclination of self-preservation. because you drive next to a big rig, and especially on any of these freeways out here in the Bay Area, I drive through the Caucasus regularly.
Look.
The gust of wind, that big rig's in my lane, and I'm fucked.
Yo, that's when you kind of hit the gas. Like, let me just get out of this Final Destination way.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Phil be driving through them hills have eyes type shit.
No, it's just the Altamont.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just I don't go through Patterson Pass. That was crazy. I think I did that once. And I was like, I had to tell the fool who told me that shit. I was like, listen, dude, you tripping? Got me driving on the road to Mexico and shit. Out here, look like I'm trying to dodge border patrol and ride through the hills.
End up in Oildale.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, motherfucker ended up in Oildale.
It was right.
Hey, boo.
You out here, you hitting them turns.
Go to the liquor store.
Like, if somebody misses a turn, it's a wrap.
Walk in the liquor store and don't go ding dong. That is not the place to be, bro. That is not the place to be.
Did somebody who told their story like and said something like it was like okay, you're gonna get this gas, but you better get up out of here. Because
that was Joe.
What was
Yeah,
that?
they gave him free gas and hurry the fuck up and get the fuck on.
Yeah, they've been suited to a 3-4 defense for a while now, and I think actually they really haven't had the players to run the 4-3, if you ask my honest opinion. But that's where we are with that. But thank you for the football question.
Oh yeah, the Tesla drivers. Oh my fucking god, dude. Those are some special dickheads. Special.
I think you're
special dickheads.
I think you're just setting your ways of being an old Chevy head, a gas burner, an air polluter.
Yeah. And tomorrow I'll be driving to Kenworth. Be pushing to Kenworth. Fuck.
That was the one that I was driving at Dick's. I hated those so much. I think
they turn for shit.
I drove it once and told him to take me out of it. I was like, no, it's cool. I don't have to drive this again.
How's the winds by your house, Rich?
Hey, you know what?
Santa Ana's kicking, bro.
Tell you when you're
drunk. We just started getting our gusts right now.
Your watch is telling you drunk, bro? Is that what you just said?
I was just thinking, what if Apple Watch had an app that, just lets you know when you're drunk?
Wow.
That might be the next best thing right there.
That would be very helpful. That would be very smart and at the same time.
No, it wouldn't. Because you know what? The police would have that, the fucking I connect and pulling every fucking car over.
Yeah, if it keeps a record of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you get pulled over, you at least get a drunk in public.
But what if it's like, it's a gauge, it's like, it tells you when you get to a level like, okay, slow down, don't you shouldn't have another drink for another like 35 minutes or so. No, not another beer for like 35 minutes. It kind of just keeps you like, and you can have the settings. You can have settings where you can be like, all right, I'm gonna set this to tipsy. And then it gauges, and it's like, okay, you're at tipsy. You can cut off.
Hey, Tony, you give me fucking roasted now about my kids, bro.
Knew how to moderate their own damn drinking. I don't need an app to tell me when I'm feeling tipsy.
I'm getting roasted because of you, bro.
I know when I'm perving, I know when I'm perving, and I know when I'm fucking
I'm
out
trying to
drunk.
Make money off of something dumb.
Bro, you're a fucking ambassador, bro.
I might as well get
this
it too.
The ambassador of the truth. He's truly.
Hey, Rich, you said they giving you shit about the Truly, bro.
Oh, dude, they're fucking talking so much shit right now.
Dang.
My son is looking at the Truly like, I'll drink that motherfucker right now. I should be a dick and pour it out and be fucking flipping them off.
Hey, this one's for the homies, bro. You didn't need this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. You poured the Trulies for the side chicks that died in the game.
Truly's are for the side chicks.
Yeah.
It's for the hoes, not the bros.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that for the homies. I wouldn't do that to the homies. I wouldn't do that to the homies. But here you go, Trisha.
Yeah.
Tell your ass to slow down, girl.
Brains of the jaw. I pour a little bit out for you too.
Yeah.
Right. That's funny. It's funny because my Truly's sitting right next to my other phone.
Look, Dun, you got one too, bro? Look, he got. Okay.
Oh.
Ain't nothing wrong.
If you just want to be hydrated,
pretty much.
You know,
I feel like I'm missing out.
I remember my first beer.
Hey man, no, back when I was out in Monterey, man. Like, you know, when you a college student, you like living on a budget and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we like have parties and stuff like that, we like, you know, go extra like cheap. Nah, not even Natty Ice. You go Old Milwaukee.
Woo!
Yeah, bro.
Making bum beer?
Yeah,
man. What are you drinking out of a straw warm at that?
Out there.
This motherfucker, what you drinking? Coke 45.
Drinking no booze and shit.
Fucking schlitz.
Those days were a struggle. Like we have like E&J and just Old Milwaukee's and stuff all over the place. I was like,
that is a fucking struggle. E&J and Old Milwaukee's.
Mm-hmm.
That's the struggle. I want to shake your hand and for in appreciation of your dedication when you drinking Old Milwaukee and E&J.
Hey, I was the only one though.
And you ain't getting no fat girl pregnant. Like you won.
That shit just killed your spirit.
You beat that. Boy, that is
drinking
hey, the cookie smells for some E&J on it.
You got no side kids out of that, bro.
And the E&J was the fucking what's that, Plan B?
That shit sterilized. Make my shit sterilized.
Right? Shoot, there was another beer that we had too, and I can't remember it. Oh, Blue Ribbon. The Blue Ribbon was there on deck too and stuff.
Oh, that Paps.
Paps. Yeah, like I said, struggle's real during those times.
Oh yeah, man. People drink that when they lose bets and shit. Like you got.
I think the cheapest that I bought, I think the cheapest that I bought was probably Budweiser.
Don't be talking shit about Budweiser, bro. Don't be talking shit about the king of beer.
I can't even remember the last time I had one of those.
Motherfucker, because you deserve what every individual should enjoy regularly.
We show up with some I don't even think I ever bought PBR in my life. But that any of them lesser beers, it was me being a dickhead to somebody.
Shit, I remember I used to like the motherfucking Hurricanes, bro. Fucking when I first turned 21,
PBR, bro, or one of those natty ices. I remember that shit where looking at just like, bro, I almost don't even want to drink this shit.
hey, what y'all need to do is y'all need to go on the internet because y'all too young to know the St. Ides special brews.
Oh, I know about the St. Ides.
Come on, with the blue sweet yeah.
Tupac had a commercial on that thing, man.
Get you little dudes.
Hey, really, Snoop, it's had the billboard first, right? With that shit.
You get the blue one, the purple one. You know what I mean? Get that shit real cold. Shit, I love that shit.
Shout out to Mad Dog 2020.
Hey, Rich, you ever tried Four Loko though?
Oh no.
Yeah, don't ever do that to yourself.
Nah.
What? King Cobra?
Nah, Four Locos.
Oh, oh no. Oh
Yeah,
no.
don't ever do that to yourself.
Oh no.
Bro, it
No.
ain't
That-
shit. You look at the way
You
that
will.
Jimmy's tugging that shit, bro. Jimmy's tugging that shit like it's water.
Hey, is he even alive now?
Hey, you know that's a good question because when you looked at him the last time, he looked like he was the bug
Like
character.
he got shorter and shit.
Black. His eye was going this way, motherfuckers. Other eye was going
For
this way.
real?
His whole face looked like a carp, like a little cutout, a leather face. It was, he'd be scary looking, but when you slam him,
You ain't lying.
when you slam him for locals like that, you just be looking at this man like, bruh,
That's
Motherfucker eye going up,
I
eye
like
to the side.
calling
Dog.
somebody. Like I'm pretty sure this man is about to just broke out right here in front of me.
Right?
Man, don't let him be out in Vegas doing
Man,
that chugging
slamming
shot,
for
man.
locals
people
like
that
this
drink
is
Four
cool. It's
Locos don't wash
crazy.
their hands
The,
when they use the
the boy
bathroom.
lives in Florida, bro. Vegas
They
is
drunk
calmer.
People
Okay?
Mhm.
that drink
Yeah,
people that
no,
drink
I
Four
swear.
Locos don't wash their hands after they use the bathroom. They be drunk as fuck. They stupid ass walk out.
Are you fucking serious?
When they walk out, don't shake their fucking hand if they've been drinking Four Locos. I swear to God.
He said they don't be washing their hands after the bathroom. Shut up! Get
Hey,
this
you
man
got
out of
dookie hand ass
here.
motherfuckers.
You made muted.
You
Stop
dookie hand motherfuckers.
talking to this man. He said they don't wash their hands after doodling.
Hey, they sport some four locals on their hands or what?
You know what I'm saying?
That's all they need.
They're killing that nigga. Kill it dead. This motherfucker.
It's like hand sanitizer. That shit.
Right?
Hey, you ever see somebody try to dance off Four Locos?
Nah, man.
Looking like a baby deer.
Like, yeah, this motherfucker over here pouring vodka on us. Oh, it's hand sanitizer. Don't even trip. We'll kill all of that. Kill
Yeah,
it.
them motherfuckers be doing a LeBron with that shit. They,
Nah, it's more like this. They can wipe it on their clothes and
Hey,
stuff.
hey, there goes the Bay Area hate. I knew it was gonna come. I knew it was gonna come.
Because he's a cheater, bro. Go to YouTube and look up DJ Williams and
yeah,
Josh
Shady
McDaniel.
McCoy.
yeah,
And Shady McCoy and Brandon
Marshall.
Marshall, yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I heard that story though, man, I was like, dang, for real?
That shit has Belichick written all over it, bro. They all been doing that. Remember, the only reason that old boy was able to bust him from the Jets was because he knew what the fuck he was doing.
Right.
And then Dudu was coaching the Jets.
He said, "Man, I knew he wasn't that good."
Yeah, he was like, we was cheating, blood. We wasn't that good. That shit had me dying, bro. When he looked at that admission, when he was like, "Hey, bro, hey, we was cheating, bro." I'm like, real talk, we was cheating, bro.
Hey, but DJ Williams was a good storyteller on that, man.
Disgusting with himself, bro. That shit was priceless. That fool was like, bro, we was really cheating. Like, I can't believe it. We was cheating.
No. But in the back of their mind, he said in the back of their mind, they knew, like, hey, we really weren't that good. We knew it wasn't that good. Like, we were just winning, so we kept it
right.
Hey, you ever be winning and don't know why?
I ain't finna ask no questions. Just keep pushing.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, the ultimate. We all pulling on the same rope. Where's it go? I don't know, but we just gonna pull it.
And then when it all comes to it, it's like, hey, I knew it, bro. I knew it.
Niggas' memory get bad. All of a sudden, I didn't know what was going on.
Hey, because from training camp to the first 6 games, you're like, man, Hey, training camp, y'all wasn't doing none of this shit. Like, what's going on right now? You in position, training camp, you niggas was ass. Y'all was ass. All of a sudden, y'all hot, y'all you down there Pro Bowl. How this happen?
Hey.
Oh man.
Rich is back. Everybody stop having a good time.
Right? That's what I was thinking. Fuck is y'all problem?
Oh man. We was just talking about people that drink Four Locos, don't wear shoes outside.
Why are Raider fans so wary of Josh McDaniels? No particular reason that I could think of off the top.
Because he's a cheater. Because he won't be. Because he ain't gonna be successful unless he
Phil's
wins.
trying to hold it in right now. Phil's trying to hold it in. Man, how many people we got in the chat right now?
What's happening?
I don't even know. You see, I need to give me a fucking computer going and shit. You mean fucking so I can do this on that.
Yeah, my laptop just died on me and stuff.
Yeah,
I can't even see the chat. I don't even know what's rocking.
I'll just hit chat and then go to comments.
Oh.
And there's always some like weird Russian dude on the bottom who just got fucking
I see him.
blocked.
But I can't just have it. Oh, maybe I gotta turn it up like this and I can see y'all. No.
Man,
the fuck happened to Robinson?
He might be laughing right now.
Oh, he dipped the fuck out. He's on nanny duty. You know what he's doing secretly? He's over there hitting that motherfucking Four Loko. You know what I mean? Hey, he poured Four Loko in his fucking. You notice he been drinking that same Henny bottle all fucking night long, right?
Man, right?
Every time he turns his shit off, he's filling up that Four Loko with that shit with Four Loko. That's what he's doing.
Hey,
What's up, fucking entity?
Man, trying to refresh this connection, and that's how y'all gonna play me, huh? Well, right after I got through talking all that shit about
you get slave chopped?
Damn.
How'd you get slave chopped?
They come at you with smiles, and then when they turn around,
Robinson,
stab you in the back.
Robinson.
Whoa, that's freaky.
That's what I was thinking.
Wow.
Oh shit. Priest and Tessa. Oh.
That is most interesting.
Oh man.
Well, we'll have to get rid of me looking like Jones.
No shit.
I said, look, we'll be going live in the flesh from here on out.
Oh man, who y'all got this what's this Niners in Green Bay?
Niners?
Yeah.
Niners play a brand of football that travels well. They play defense, they run the ball, and they can out muscle the fucking Green Bay Packers.
That's man, you guys boom. Well, I got nothing to say. That's where I'm at with that. What you got done?
I got Green Bay.
Oh, talk about
just based off of the weather. And they got Ron over there.
Just based off what's the weather supposed to be like? Is it snowing?
It's supposed to be like single digits.
Is it snowing?
That I did not check.
The cold,
I wish I could.
They can do something. They can put on layers for the cold. It's the snow that they can't.
Exactly. Right. Shoot, let me see if I can pull it up.
You can't practice snow without being, and they just don't have snow.
Right.
Yeah. They're incapable of practicing for that shit.
Oops. Hold on.
Now, Dundee, it'd be impressive if you end up with Jones fucking Avatar.
Someone's echoing.
Hold on. Oh shit.
Was it Dundee? Looks like it was.
You got to turn off YouTube.
Yeah. Anyway. This Raider team.
No showers.
Question. What would it take for you to be happy with bringing back Carr?
What was that?
What would it take for you to be happy with bringing back Carr?
I say, damn. I see this one of two ways. Either they draft a quarterback in the second round, or or he takes like a team friendly extension, like maybe like a 2-year extension, no trade clause on it, or not no trade clause on it. There shouldn't be a trade clause on it. Yeah, 2-year extension that's under like 25. I'd be fine with that. I think honestly the Raiders got to start thinking about drafting and molding another quarterback. Can't just have Derek Carr seem like he's the face of the franchise and stuff like that. Especially with these like second half season blunders and stuff. Can't be having that stuff.
So my question would be, why wouldn't you just have him play out the final year of his season?
You could, but you'd have to draft a quarterback in this year's draft. And if that's the case, the Raiders should be looking at a quarterback within the first or second round of the draft to kind of get whoever that quarterback is kind of comfortable and molded underneath Carr prior to Carr finishing out his contract. Like, as much as I would like to get trade assets off of Carr by trading him this offseason, like, who knows? We won't really know until the GM's in the office and stuff and the coach collaborate and see what their final decision is. So that's just how I see it.
Tony?
I'd say that the new regime comes in and they will do Carr solid, and they both will come to a agreement. I mean, because it's been talked about before, Carr is playing on a non-guaranteed, contract, and at this point, and it doesn't seem like it really benefits him to do that, or get an extension. It's a tough question to answer now because my answer may change, or the situation may be different next week, or so. So a lot of the way I want to approach what I think will happen next, just too much depends on this head coaching move and the GM. It's so dependent on what I see there that's going to make this answer make sense from this point. I don't want to cop out of the question, but I tell you what, I don't really see a scenario too much where we keep Carr. I can say that. I just kind of really, especially if we come with a young coach, I definitely think that they want to groom their own quarterback. And can Carr is a piece that can bring us back things that will have us looking toward making moves towards the future. And Carr is a person that many of us, I think, can do without, rather than the Max Crosbys and guys that we really want to keep moving forward. So that's where I'm at with that.
I'm gonna say that never has there been a quarterback in this franchise history who's more divisive than Derek Dallas Carr.
Derek
I mean,
Dallas.
consistently every time we come on here, you have to choose your words. You have to choose your words, correctly. I mean, because you will offend a lot of people. You know, everybody's uh, walking on eggshells, fucking buttholes, fucking puckered, and all that shit. Look, dude, fucking 8 years. It's fucking 8 years, bro. Biggest game of your fucking career, bro. You came up short. I wouldn't even mind. I wouldn't even mind the fucking pick, as long as it was in the end zone. If it was in the fucking end zone, fuck it. He went for the fucking win. I can see that. Bad read, bad play, bad everything, bad execution. Okay. You could say, well, that's just a offensive coordinator. Okay. Well, you know what, dude? It's 50-50, bro. I mean, we're going to continue to change things. We're going to continue to bring in people. We're going to continue to get new coaches. See, I'm breaking shit and everything else. Okay, look.
Shit, he's eating.
Look, dude. The goalpost is going to be moved all the time. Okay, it's never going to be satisfactory. There's always going to be a reason. There's always going to be a problem. There's some guy, well, he just wore blue jeans today, and that's, you don't fucking wear blue jeans, and then he wore all white after Labor Day. He fucked my season up. I mean, this is what the fuck this is the territory we are going into with this guy. Look, dude, it's not healthy. It's not a healthy relationship. It's not healthy for the team, and it's not healthy for him. And to be honest, if I was him, I would be like, look, can y'all just let me go or trade me to a team I want to go to? I mean, this is a fucking abusive relationship. Both ends. You mean? Both ends. Because I feel that we're holding him back and he's holding us back.
Right.
It's time to amicably leave, and we could fucking talk about the kids later. You know what I mean? So, in order to fucking actually move on and get better and be a perennial team, there has to be a breakup. There has to be. You mean everybody wants to say, oh, he's above average quarterback prior to week 8. After that, he's a below average quarterback. So above and below equals fucking one thing, and that's just average. He's an average guy. He doesn't do anything very special. You can get that from somewhere else. You can go draft. I think you can go and draft the guy this year in the first round, and he can pretty much do what Derek Carr does after you're sitting and just play Derek Carr in his last year. You can get the same amount of output and have a team drag him to the playoffs yearly, and not have to spend $40 million. Because, Vinny says he deserves a $40 million contract. So now that's a new thing. So, whatever.
Never in my life that check. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And now, for what I've said it long, and I'll say it again. There's two scenarios that I think that you bring Derek back for. You either bring him back in the shotgun spread and let him just wing it all over the place, and in that case, in that particular situation, you pair him with a guy like Brian Dabble, and that should theoretically take his career to the next level. If that's the route you choose to go, Brian Dabble has has been a winner at multiple locations in college and the pros. And so working with Derek, perhaps go in a shotgun spread, it would allow him to feel more free to do what it is that he does best. Now, he was an MVP candidate when the beginning of the season rolled around and he was throwing the ball all over the field for 400, 500, almost 500 yards a game. And he can do that if he's got the proper offense to allow him to do that. But the other flip side of that is the team won decisively when they took the ball out of his hands as well and ran the air and squeezed the air out of the ball with the run game and played defense. That literally took them to the playoffs. So you either got to be one of these two extremities. You either got to go full spread, balls to the wall, let him do his thing, and put the talent around him in terms of wide receivers and offensive line, or you got to downsize his role, build the line, run the ball, and work on the defense. But if you do it that way, it's more sustainable for who it really makes your quarterback. I'm not going to say it makes him not inconsequential because the quarterback will always be the most important person on the field in the offense, but it minimizes his ability for his mistakes to play a factor.
With the spread offense that you said the guy can run, does that then put Carr's value at what the market is set for him? If he's going to be the one that's really having the ball more times versus the other way around, which was take the ball out of his hands, which then I think is a different, puts that value lower, even though we already have a value on him that's not even in that tier. But because what the market says, and if they decide to keep him and extend him, then it seems like they would go in a direction of that spread offense that you're talking about.
See, but I think that they already answered that question. They took the ball in a playoff game, Derek Carr's biggest game ever. They took the ball out of the team's hand and said, Derek, it's all on you. They did that. The way to win the game was right there in front of you. Dude, you're picking up, you're rushing the ball 6 yards a pop. Why would you stop? Why would you stop that? They had enough time to not only come back from a deficit, but to come back and fucking win the fucking game and win it handily. Just running the fucking ball. Okay? But they chose to take the ball out of the team's hand. Okay, if you're getting that defense rest and you're fucking running the ball, you got your offensive line moving forward instead of backwards, and you got your running back eating, okay? You are being way more successful in that fucking game. I'm sorry.
Who do we sound like right now? Seattle, don't we? In the Super Bowl, they didn't give it to Marshawn.
Yes and no.
It sounded familiar. Like I guess I'm reminded of it. How about that? To be fair,
I get it. I get what they were trying to do. They chose the wrong time to do it.
They didn't
but
choose
at the same time, the Raiders chose the wrong time to do it too. You know what? You're right. You're right, Tony. Truly, you are fucking right. They were like, you know what? Derek had every opportunity to win over everybody in the fan base. Every opportunity. Because if he would have came out, balled out, and played well in the playoffs, I'd be on here right now going, you know what? Derek needs a new contract. Yeah, you mean? You know, he's the man. If we got to carry him for a few games a year, fuck it. You mean? See how he filled that motherfucker up?
Yeah.
You mean? Yeah. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
they
son.
took the
You
ball
sit
between
there
their hands.
with the man and drove me to drink.
Hey, you don't want pouring four locals in that bitch. Cause you don't wash your hands after you take a shit.
Yeah.
You know, we make knuckles with no salsa
Hey,
and don't wash our hands after taking
four
a shit. This is
four
wild. This
local
is wild
four
cat
locals
over
make you
here.
look like Forrest. Four locals make you look like Forrest Whitaker.
Oh,
Make me
Telling
look
you.
like Jones after a night of drinking.
Yeah.
hey! You pour the four locals on the eye and
It
fix
be
the
looking
eye.
like remember when Oprah got beat on Color Purple? That's what Four Locals had you coming home looking like leaning against the door and somebody ring the doorbell and run. Hey, when you drink Four Locals, that's what people do to you. They lean against the door and ring the doorbell and run.
This fool
They
is
don't even.
stupid. He went from
Kind of
fucking
like in house
Oprah
party and stuff, right?
in her athlete to doorbell ditching. This motherfucker. You hear this man, and you
Yeah,
just gonna let him keep talking too.
you don't.
Hey,
You
no
don't let
man,
people
just
before. You don't let people
without
Four
this
Locals
beat.
riding your car without the window down. You better keep that window down.
No, that's real. Like you don't ride
Hey,
my
see,
car.
back in the days, they had Cisco, and
Hey,
that shit would do the same
hey,
shit
yeah,
to you,
hey,
bro. And there's always some hardcore bitch drinking it. You know what I mean?
yep.
You know what I mean? With too much makeup and like 6 babies at home and her mom watching them.
And her eyebrows go like this and shit,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
McDonald's signs and shit,
She was
like
real
the
mad.
McDonald's logo.
So they came to a point and then down.
Yeah,
Eyebrows couldn't even
yeah.
do. Just sit there.
You always think she always look like she looking like she always saying something to you. You like, hmm? You like, hmm?
Hey, fucking eyebrow. Hey, oh, you talking shit?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, whoa,
And
like,
but
make
they
sure you
but
got
but but
covered. That's
but
what
they but they
happened.
but them girls they brought her because she the one that fight, so they brought her.
Yeah.
They,
Just give her another Cisco. and,
yeah, yeah.
and, and that brought,
And then she be getting at you a little aggressive for the sex. Like, what's up,
yeah,
nigga? You like
fucking baby Diaz,
we
bitch.
fucking or what? You like, you a female. Why you talking to me like that? We fucking or
uh,
what?
fucking quit trying to feed me hostess snacks. She got a pocket full of them. My fat ass talking shit.
Oh
That's
man.
funny.
That's funny.
Yeah. Derek Eats with a good outside wide receiver.
Actually,
Man.
I would argue with Zay Jones being his outside receiver. The problem is that Zay Jones needs to be the X receiver, which is currently the spot that Brian Edwards is occupying. This team, they got the wide receivers, they just don't use them properly. The plan with which they attack them and trying to use them interchangeably, that shit just irritates me. If you want to be a good team, find guys that fit a role and let them fit that role. Stop trying. We want to have versatile guys. Versatile has got you to 8-8. You want to get over the top. Yes, they were 10-7 this year. You want to get over the top. You want to make it in the playoffs. Get guys who fit certain roles and are better at those certain roles than anybody else.
And let's face it, dude. Good quarterbacks make just run of the mill players look like superstars. Let's
Yes.
just tell the truth. You know,
And you want to talk about how crappy Carr's receivers are, but look at once you get past Devontae Adams, what do they got in Green Bay? Alan Lazard, Marcus Valdez Scantling,
and the worst St. Brown.
worst version of Randall Cobb you've seen in
Yeah.
the league.
Yeah.
And do they still got Jimmy Graham out there? No, he's in Chicago now. They got
out there.
yeah.
And so it's basically Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, and Dylan, right? Those are his real weapons, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. 2 running backs and a receiver, and then a bunch of dudes.
And a tight end and a bunch of guys.
Tanya's hurt, bro.
Oh, he's hurt too.
They just got a guy.
So they're going with Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah, I think they were Mercedes Lewis.
9-year-old Mercedes Lewis.
Mercedes Lewis is older than motherfucking.
Damn, didn't he play with Fred Taylor?
Mercedes Lewis might be as old as I am.
No,
He
he's
play with
37.
Fred Taylor, didn't he?
And he's
Motherfucker,
37.
he may be as old as I am. Serious shit.
Oh, he's 37.
37?
Yeah, 37.
Oh, so he's heard of Tupac. He's old enough.
How do you own it?
Hey, I remember the first time I told my kids, "Yeah, I don't like this song." They said, "It's Tupac." I was like, I didn't like all of his songs. They were like, "How dare you?" I was like, "Fucking dude, are you serious? You can't tell me you like this as much as Ambitions as a writer." It was like some, from Machiavelli 75 type weird fucking, there was some weird Tupac songs, Tupac would have never put out. You know what I mean? Like just something weird. I forget the song. I mean, they were just so upset with me because I didn't want to listen to it. This is whack, bro.
What that could be?
They released this after his death because he had to be dead for it to be fucking put out.
Oh, I think I know which one you talking about. The one his mom put out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the one his mom put out.
Yeah, all his uncuts because she was trying to get some money that she couldn't get from Death Row because Death Row.
They threw her the tracks that they didn't really want.
Yeah.
And she released them.
Yep.
She probably
and motherfuckers bought them
because it wasn't your typical Pac, album.
Yeah.
It was Brenda had a baby type,
Woke Pac is what it was. Woke Pac.
Woke Pac. Yeah.
Hey, somebody put in there that Derek Carr eats with good outside receivers. 2017, did he eat? He had 2 good outside receivers. Did he eat? Matter of fact, he had 6 Pro Bowlers, and one of those Pro Bowlers was the fucking defensive player of the fucking year, and he didn't eat. Let's face it, Derek Carr peaked at 2016 because he ain't been the same since.
They call them career years for a reason.
A food stamp, nothing in the can this big. 2 of them shouldn't get you fucked up. That is some dangerous shit, whatever's in those cans.
Yep.
Didn't they have like a copious amount of fucking like alcohol and fucking back in the day, alcohol and caffeine?
12%.
Man, whatever it had, like I think like I tried, I went through a very short phase with that and realized, this is some other shit.
Man, you fucking went to go do something. You notice you had some dookie on your hands. You're like, I gotta start drinking Four Loko. That's what happened.
Me and my partner did our secret handshake and everything.
Just steered all up in there on both sides.
Yeah, and then I got in the car, drove.
Gave the homie a hug. Yeah, fucking left the print on him and shit.
Really?
It is what it is. Hey, we all got our points, dude.
Four Locos
Like
the type of shit where you wake up and you peed on yourself. Like that's what Four Locos. You like I'm a grown ass man. I pissed myself. You ain't. And you start talking to yourself.
I've woken up all kinds of fucking drugs, but never laying in my own piss, bro.
Nah, man. With the Four Locos, bro, you mess around and you go through the drive-through and you just order like $40 worth of food just to fall asleep when you get home. Right? Then you wake up.
Hey, I have woken up. in some Jack in the Box, especially them bacon cheddar wedges and shit, or those monkey meals, laying on the bench, fucking cuddling it. Motherfucker wearing the curly fries, a ring and shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, somebody got to get Nate Hobbs like this with some Jack in the Box in the car.
Right? Hey. That's what I don't get. These motherfuckers running around here acting all crazy. Feed these motherfuckers some Jack in the Box. They'll go to bed.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you can't even finish the meal, bro.
You know what?
Start eating Jack in the Box.
You know what?
You're going to bed.
You know what? If Deshaun Watson was our quarterback, none of this would happen because the turn up would have been at his house.
Yep.
Okay. With a big ass back room. Hey, how's your back room? As big as a house.
Hey, you see nobody invite Derek Carr. Hey, Derek Carr wasn't even invited to dinner. Hey, kicking it with Derek. Derek be like, "Where y'all about to go?" They just go, "Oh, we about to turn it in." And then they get the car, be like, "Where we at? Where we going?" Derek was trying to come through and kick it. He ain't giving us.
Ditching his ass. That's why he fucked up.
That same injury to his back is still affecting the way he throws the ball. He ain't never came back from that. Dude, if you notice Derek Carr all of a sudden got them good, he likes to put oil on them. So I know you've seen the motherfuckers.
Shot up real nice.
Shiny. You know what I mean? Okay. He can't throw the ball like he used to. If you notice, his mechanics are really, really bad. He's not really using them. All his passes are all with arm strength now. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why they're so wild. I mean, especially deep. So I think that injury affected him long term, and it's still told today.
I will say that one throw that he did have to Waller on that.
That was an elite throw. That was an elite. It wasn't far either. Yeah. But he put some spank on that bit.
That's like the whole kind of like joke in this matter is that that's one we can point to, but that's one. You know what I mean? Or very far few throws that were just like, where you just like, oh shit, that was elite.
Derek's gonna do like 2 to 3 of those a game. 2 to 3 a game. He's gonna wow you with the throw.
Yep.
And then he's gonna go, "What the fuck are you thinking on about 4 of them a game?"
Or, damn, you didn't see him. Oh, you didn't see him. Oh, you overthrew that. Oh, you underthrew that.
Fucking Zay Jones doing a fucking workout video in front of him. His motherfucker got leggings on and shit.
Hey, you know what? He man.
Got like, Suzanne Summers fucking him up in the
I think if he kept treating Zay Jones like he was, early in the season, not looking his way, Zay Jones probably would have fought him. He's like, look, but we would get up at 4:00 in the morning. You better throw me the goddamn ball. I could be in something nice right now, but I'm out here playing catch with you. Throw me the goddamn ball.
Oh, bro, don't worry. Caleb's on the case. Caleb Jones is on the case. You know what I mean? Just like OBJ's daddy. Hey, daddy, get him. Caleb's getting him. You know what I mean? Why do you think Zay was like, I'm not going to tolerate any Derek Carr slander? His motherfucking fingers was crossed, his eyes was crossed, his legs was crossed, toes was crossed. You're a fucking liar. It's a fucking liar, dude. You believe that shit? I got beachfront property in Arizona for you, bro.
Oh,
Mars.
Fucking shit. And it's not like he doesn't follow his brother and know what the fuck his brother's saying.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his own hype squad at NFL Network.
Well, it's kind of like a Target version of a fucking hype squad. It's not shit you buy from the mall, and it's not Walmart either. You know what I mean? It's just like Target. It's like almost
like
fancy.
one
It's
above the
almost
99 cent
fancy.
store.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the greatest. It's just Target. You mean?
Right. Right, fellas, I'm about to head in right now. It's been a great time out as always. Tony, thank you. Dundee, pleasure. Rich, you know what it is, my man.
Yo, yeah.
For all 12, 13, 14 people in the chat, please like, subscribe, click on the notification so you never miss a video. And thank you guys.
Unfiltered After Dark. Let's go.
For Loco.
Take care, everybody.
Hey. Brought to you by.
True. When you truly need to get a laugh and get your sports in.
Right?
I promise you.